Wow, wow, wow. What a moment. I can't believe who I'm seeing here. Hey, Sarah Dance, how you doing? Wow, MJ had tier 2 for 6 months. Wait, what did I do wrong? Simon says, oh, for fuck's sake, did I do something wrong as well? Yeah, it's 30th of July. What did I do wrong? It says 30th of July. Simon says, damn you. Moose, how you doing? Flip Commander Karen, how you doing, Carcan? Sydney Horizon, Pedro, Manny Man, Captain Taylor, Jeff Games, Michelle. Simon says you confused the living hell out of me. As always, you always do it well. Here we go, people. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Stony Dude is here. It's unbelievable. It's like the legend has returned. The icon, the franchise, the WCW, ECW, and WWE heavyweight champion of the world. The former NWA, former GM of SmackDown, former NWA's longest 1,043-day reigning heavyweight champion of the world. Stony Dude is here. Austin, what the hell is wrong with you? Hey, yo, Darkest Comtech. Come on in, people. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, hello, we're on the hype train already, Jesus Christ. Crazy with a Prime subscription because you're prime for the show, aren't you? Yes, Crazy. Love you, baby. Let's go. Come on in, people. Wow, there's more people. Love the Zen. Resubscribe for tier 1 for 3 months. Crazy resubscribe for the Prime. Martok resubscribe with a tier 1 for 2 months. MJ had resubscribed tier 1 with tier 2 for a month. Any day you followed. There's so many things going on. I don't know what the hell is going on. Come on in, people. The hype train's still going. Come on in, people. Don't miss out, don't miss out, don't miss out. Hello, these in the house. Mactaco, we will get an ole, ole, ole. Definitely we'll get one going very, very soon. Ram Scoop is in the house. Come on in, Ram Scoop. Come on in, people. Let's go. Lauren Tarr subscribed for tier 1 for 5 months. It's unbelievable. John Deere subscribed at tier 1 for 6 months. Jesus. Wow, people. El Mactaco subscribed to tier 1 for 5 months. That's absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, people. What a moment. What is sleep? What is sleep? Come on in. Pandaman, Pandaman. And guys, we do have legendary icon, the WCW, ECW, WWE, and NWA's longest ever heavyweight champion of the world, Stony Dude's here. I don't even know if he's going to say anything. I'm just excited he's on the stage. Just let me enjoy the excitement. Let me enjoy the excitement. Because he is here, and that's going to be awesome. Come on in, people. Tell your friends, your uncles, your sisters, your brothers, because this is a big show. We're missing some 2 big icons, which is why I'm happy to see Sniper here. Come on in, people. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's see what's going on here. Absolutely awesome. Ryan Racer. Colby's not singing the Panda song today. Colby is in a premiere of a movie she's in. So I appreciate her for doing so. Tech One, subscribe for Prime for 6 months. Sandra's here as well, doing the Carlton dance. Come on in, people, let's go. Kronox is here as well. SDFC the Pro is being represented in style because we want all the stats, right? You want the stats, right? Come on in, people. So why are you not at set premiere? Because it's in New York. Come on in, people, and I'd rather spend some time with you guys today. Goofy, welcome in. How you doing? But Sniper defeated him when no one can. E11E, E11E, E11E is here as well. The ad is about to begin in 30 seconds. We'll let these music play. You can see I'm going to time the music towards the ads. Hey, Professor Woz. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Hollywood leader, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He is known. Remember when Bruce Buffer used to do that in WCW? He would walk down the ring. He had issues with Macho Man Randy Savage. He is Stony Dude. Yeah. Come on in, people. We've got 2 minutes left on this hype train. One sub. If anybody wishes to tip or subscribe or donate to charity, please do so. It's It's costing me a fortune, this stream. So any help is greatly appreciated. 90 viewers here. Well, not quite there. Ghost Pepper will be on the stage. I demand Ghost Pepper to be on the stage because she will be vital today. Come on to Ghost Pepper. Simon says here, Ghost Pepper's coming onto the stage to cause absolute mayhem in every way possible. None of the moderators want her on stage. All right, I'll click on it. I'll do it.
No, I got it.
This is like she's in there. She's like, oh, Ghost 2. And we'll put her in Shockwave Prime spot as well, because that will be really nice to see. And here we go. Ghost Pepper is here. We've got loads to talk about various things. MJ Hat, the legend and icon of the Mike Night on Sunday night, is also here. I haven't spoken to MJ Hat in ages. Let's give him an absolute shout out, because MJ Hat is an icon. And let's go and follow him as well. Come on, people. 30 seconds left on the ad. Lady Patu is resubscribed. GW292 is resubscribed. HRH Luna is resubscribed. Oh my god, this is unbelievable. What is going on? Does that mean people want me to stay? Really want to hear more of me? Alright, okay. I'll tell Colby vacation's off, we're going and we're rocking and rolling, because this is more important. Come on in, people. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Wow. What a moment. Come on in. As the ad ends, we will kick off to our song. I think if I timed it well, it could be. Maybe it is. Sing it! Are you ready, Stony Dude? I'm waiting to join in all this. Lady Patu, let's go! Warp speed ahead, we're here to play, exploring galaxies every day. We are hosting the cosmic stream. Yes, Colby. Briefings. There you go. It's the ultimate gleam. I'll take an STFC ride. Chronox even singing. Our way to the sky. The road is hard to find. We got loads going on. And I'll glad say that the king of all maths, Simon says, is on the stage. I know. Mufasa's here as well. Hi, all the premiere. We are live on the premiere. Colby and all your fans. Danny, I see you there, buddy. Hey, ADF, nice to see you. I hope you guys are enjoying in New York. I know we are live on your screen before you show the film. I appreciate you, Colby. Only they can see my face. None of you can. So, say hello, people, to the premiere in New York. How you doing, everybody? Let's go. Wow. Why are you all dressed up? And why am I wearing a vest? It's really hot here. I don't know what's going on out there for you guys. Lovely to see you, my friends. Love you all. Enjoy that premiere. Go! Don't worry, McDougal. Are you ready, guys? We're going to be talking about every new patch update, the Accession, and much more. Like thunder. MJ Hat is live in the premiere in New York. Who thought would happen? Whoa, Colby, that's a good sing point. Miss you, love. Take care, have a good one. Thanks again, yeah? Enjoy your film, but we are going live here on Twitch. Yeah, and if you guys can lurk, that'll be amazing. I know the film's important, Dan, don't worry. Yeah. Wow, what a thing. Are we about to begin? Do we want to begin, or shall we kick off with something quite funny? Colby, was there something you want to say? 1 minute left on the hype train. Don't let it die.
Hi, friends. Look at me risking my life eating fruit in America right now. How are you?
Oh, hi,
you
Colby.
You can't answer that.
Oh, you're here. Okay, that's weird.
Here's my message. Can you still turn my tongue blue, like Willy Wonka style? No. What I wanted to say is I started doing this fun thing, streaming on Twitch. Words I never thought I'd say.
I stream, you
Me
don't.
and Nigelrovers hanging out over on his Twitch
the hell
platform. Is that what you call it? And we laugh and I sing and then we have a little convo before the game starts and then I ask him every single time, what is this game and how does it work? But it's really fun. It's called, what's it called?
Briefings.
Briefings on Twitch. The link is Nigelrovers on Twitch.
Thanks
Come hang out. He goes live every Thursday. every Sunday,
You're still
3
eating.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 UK time.
That's weird.
Come hang out. It's so fun. It's so silly. Oh yes, and subscribe.
Is this Colby
See
show?
there?
Let's go to the show. Thanks, Lauren Targ. It's showtime! Get on Twitch, Discord people. Let's go! 4 subs to go.
In a world where Stony Dude is here.
It's showtime!
Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble, Stony Dude. Ultra Venica, don't ever say you dog again. You can't pull that off. Are you saying Colby's intro's not good? Guys, let's prove Ultra Venica wrong. Colby's intro was awesome. 4 subs, 1.8k bits to prove Ultra Venica wrong. Yeah, RA'Ul Reaver, we will speak about that as well. Don't worry. Let's begin the show. We got some great panelists here. If you can't help us out, XP Point Tip, XP Point Donate, XP Point Charity, all help us out towards today. I don't want to miss out. I'm quite short. I'd love to throw $400 at them. Here we go, people.
Podcast is live. Warp speed ahead.
Are you ready for the intro, Stoney? This is going to be interesting. Welcome everyone to Briefings. We are playing Star Trek Fleet Command, the game. We're the unofficial podcast. Have I said it all, Stony Dude? Does that confirm everything? Welcome everyone here. Lovely to see you on Twitch. It's a great army and great show. We got some great panelists as well. I can't believe the legend that is Simon Says is here as well, which means whatever he says, you have to say Simon Says, because that's the game, right? Because that's what we do as child. While we have the hype train go, we got 2 minutes, 20 seconds left for 4 subs. Colby is in the premiere of her thing. It's very nice of her to stream it to the group, which was quite funny, and then they went and watched the film. They didn't even last to the intro of the movie. So, Ultra, you may be right. Maybe the intro to the intro was too much of an intro to the intro, right? And also, has anyone here believe Ultra Vetica would say, yo, dog? Anyone here? I think Ultra's next stream, we need to hear him say the words, yo, dog, because that's going to be absolutely important in that one to do so. It's money in the tip jar. Yeah, well, we will talk about a lot of those things. Don't worry about that. Ultra Vetica is, yeah, he is sup dog more likely. I don't think he's a sup dog type guy. I think he's like, he's one of those who goes, so hello everybody. Yeah, so Spock Yahtzee. By the way, Spock Yahtzee, I need to do a whole investigation regarding this. Spock Yahtzee needs to be looked at carefully. At work, but miss my my honey bunches. No worries, Rapunzat. Lovely to have you here. Your audio's struggling. Why is my audio struggling? On Discord? Yeah, I have no audio.
No, you sound fine.
Yeah.
No, you're sounding fine.
Yeah.
I think it's a me issue, Nigel. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No worries. MJ Hat can't hear anything, which means we can now tell everybody that MJ Hat...
Actually, Nigel, the audio sounds a little strange for me, too, for some reason.
Oh. Okay. There's 45 seconds left on the hard trade. Let me look at what Discord's done. Has Discord thrown a hissy? I see everything fine. Yeah, I can hear it fine. I hear it really fine on Discord, in fact. Interesting.
Yeah. I think some people are having Discord issues.
What if I turn my fan off and sweat? Does that sound cleaner to everybody here now? Really nice and clean. We got 20 seconds left on the hype train. 4 subs. Someone help me, please. Level 5.
Very.
It actually does sound cleaner.
Oh, for God's sake, I'll
Yeah, I
sweat
don't
for
know what
you.
did, but
Right, screw you all. I can hear. Yeah, fine. I'll sweat through the show. It's okay. You're not one of those Brits with an AC. No, I don't have an AC. I have a fan. Yes, Taco. Go ahead. The
Oh
hype-
no. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the hype train just ended. I was going to say people go for the hype train, but no one cares. Because Stony Dude's here, and everyone wants to hear from Stony Dude. Stony, how are you, my friend? How are you? I don't know if he can speak. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Sorry, I was struggling to hit the mute button. I'm doing well. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's
and enjoy the briefing.
the briefing of Star Trek Fleet Command, the game that we're playing today. So that's important to do that. Human Monies. Who's throwing some Human Monies? Galileo, thank you very much for your 6-month subscription. Right, guys, we've got loads of important things to talk about. There's a lot of updates. We've had the G3 to G4 Ascension. I'm going to show you what that means. Also, some people are confused about getting the keys and stuff. I've actually held my key on purpose so I can show you exactly where it is. That's an important thing to discuss. Alliance Tournament's been delayed. I think that's a good thing. And Taco, I'm not putting $1 in that jar, but to me, it shows like there's a culture change and everything is working towards, well, if it ain't ready, don't release it. And hopefully they'll be able to tell us sooner and sooner and sooner. But I'm sure in the last minute checks they were doing that they noticed a few things and went, okay, let's do what we can to try and get this validated, I think is the word they used, and that's really important to do so. Brian says, it sounds like we need a whale fund to get... no, I can't afford air conditioning. Brian, I think you'd be very surprised how small my place is in London. But yes, it will still be broken. Well, I don't know, John Drell. I think we need to have a look at it. So, George, this is where I slightly disagree with you, buddy. And I'll tell you why. Because previously, they'd release it regardless, and we'd be going, well, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, and we've got a nightmare, right? And everyone would be like, oh my God, what are you doing? You've released this thing and it's broken and it's all that stuff. What they have done now is it's also quite a good move by whoever made the decision, because it'd be like, well, engineers, devs, whoever's working on this project, it better be perfect or I will not authorize it to be released. Hey, Asian boy, that is a really good change and a very positive change. And it's one that makes you go, do you know what? Yeah, I'd rather they fix it, get it right, and get everything spot on, and then release it to us. Do I think the communication's up to scratch? Not really. I just think they must have known a few hours ago or a few hours before it, but they may have thought that they could fix it. So it just needs a decision earlier, really, for these sort of things. And that'll be amazing. Yeah, but George, the thing is, they've delayed Alliance tournaments one day. You don't lose anything. What you end up with is you've got an Alliance tournament that wasn't working for whatever reason. They've delayed it a day. And you never know as well when tomorrow comes, and if it goes ahead tomorrow, which they say they do, once it goes ahead, then they might do something about it. You can't give you a comp now. They don't even know what the issues or whatever the thing is. I hope it's an easy fix, because I like Alliance tournaments and I want to make sure that we have, all the stuff that we want to collect from Alliance tournaments in there, right? So I think they did a very good thing by doing it like this. Also, if people realized when they log into their game today, there's Galactic Anomalies, everywhere. I've never seen so many Galactic Anomalies. It's unbelievable. I don't know if that's deliberate, but that's a huge increase. 30 streams of Mufasa loving Nigel. Very kind of you to say those words, Mufasa. You didn't have to say that. Here's the 30 more. That's very kind, Mufasa. I know you said those exact words. Yeah. What is it?
You all right?
Yeah. Thanks, Savimosa. Lovely to see you. That's really important to see. Siridan says we have no war room this week, the week of incursions. Matt Hatterson up to point for actually caring if the game continue. Well, I wouldn't say that. El Taco says it's good they're delaying for 24 hours to make sure it actually works. Also, it's a good... Oh, you said it, Taco. Put up $1 in. A good change that they let us know it's been delayed, and now here's my $2 for... Oh, you said it 3 times, technically. Oh, no, you said it twice. Okay, never mind. That'll do. Hey. The infection is out of control. Need Pentas to listen stat. But, hey, you missed my stream streak. Oh, my God, Murphy. What was your stream streak? Oh my God, I need to find it. Where's my Murphy? 50? Oh my God, Murphy, you are my hero, right? Murphy's becoming VIP. I'm going to make Murphy VIP. That is unbelievable. No one should ever be here for 50. Even MJ Hat didn't make 50 stream streak. Oh, wait. He probably did. Never mind. That'd be amazing. And that'll be crazy. But look, the key thing is that change is very important. Putt says, who thinks the comp is in order? They're delaying, not cancelling, and it's not like they said we're getting rid of a day of Alliance tournament. Some people need... Yeah, exactly. So it's only a delay, George. It's still the same amount of days, still the same amount of time, still the same store, still the same way of getting stuff. If they needed a day to just get the tasks in order or whatever validation thing that they're doing, amazing. I like it. You've been at it a while now. I missed one and I'm still at oh my God, really? That's absolutely amazing. I didn't realize I've been doing that since February 28th. I think it was the first ever stream. And yet we're here and we're Partner Plus. And might as well go for Partner Plus 2. I mean, I don't think we'll hit it next month, but we'll give it a go. Oh my, MJ Hat says, which is important. Oh my. So that's the Alliance tournament's delay. I don't think it's a problem. I think what they're doing is a very good job of delaying it. Hopefully they'll be able and be aware of problems earlier, but you can't really blame it. An engineer probably said, I could get this done at bang on the time it gets ready, and then they didn't risk it. So they just went, let's give it a day, which is absolutely important. 51 by Jeff Games as well. Wow, 51 streak. Jeff Games is trying to get ahead. If they promise a day, then deliver that day. Or a comp I like to do and might work. Yeah, but George, they said it's delayed a day. Let's just wait a day. We can talk about it tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Yes, Partner Plus. We made Partner Plus a level 1. I know. Holy shit indeed. I mean, I can't believe it. I appreciate you guys for getting us there. That was a huge milestone to try and hit. And then the Partner Plus 2, I mean, that's like 3 times the amount for 3 months in a row. I mean, if people hold on to their subs for that long, we might get close, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Incursions in 80 at the same time, I see a major lag, don't function game. Well, Mad Hatter, they made some updates, right? The thing that I like about this quality of life update, what we'll do is we'll go through some of the things they've added and why these things are actually good things, right? If I show you a little bit on my game, and I think will be important, but before I do that, Sniper... Any thoughts on this Alliance tournament's delay? Do you like this new style of what they're doing and making decisions?
Well, I do think it makes sense to delay things when you know they're going to be problematic on release, because it's much harder to, go back and quote unquote fix them, right, once they're live. Not that I say they shouldn't have the ability to fix things that are live, but you had all sorts of things to consider then, right? Like who already started things and what broke and how to make people whole. So
yeah.
I do think it does make sense to delay if there's something that's going to be, problematic.
Yeah.
The one thing that I could say though is, I'm glad that they implemented this kind of delay mentality as a new cultural change that they're willing to do. But I still think they need to work on their, timing and QA process so they don't get into the problem of having to continuously delay, right? Like, I think that it should be something that's definitely in their tool belt that, hey, if this thing is going to be problematic, we could pull it, we could delay it, we could do whatever. No problem. I'm good with that. I think it absolutely is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But, it shouldn't be that, we constantly have these. It should be a pretty rare thing, right?
Yes.
So I'm not going to, judge them on this particular delay, but, we've now had 2 pretty major things delayed just this month itself, right? And these are not like little minor things. These are, one thing was the one feature of the month, and the other thing is, one of the biggest tentpole events of the month. So,
yes,
it's good to see it from a cultural change perspective, but it's concerning to see that we have still such serious problems going into these things that they actually need to be delayed, right? So it's a little bit from both sides, I would say. The other one, troubling thing
Yeah.
when you have delays is a lot of people, plan on these things, right? So they try and align other events and try and, double dip where you can and save for certain things. So, you know, one day is probably not going to break anyone per se, although there might have been, let's say, a pack someone was trying to buy to complete an event yesterday that they
Yeah.
were planning to buy for AT and get the points for, and now they can't. So there could be little intricacies like that, but I would say overall, like a 1 day delay is not the end of the world
Agreed.
by any stretch. So I'm not that concerned about it, but I am a little concerned on the pattern and hope that we is not going to be like every event and every
Can you imagine?
new thing is going to be consistently delayed, because then it's it starts becoming a more systematic issue. But like
Yeah.
on the face of it, like I said, I think it's a good thing and a good thing for the culture that we're starting to see them taking very seriously. We want to make sure we're getting out the right product, not just we're getting out something fast.
Yeah, true. I mean, Chronox says, well, planning and finding is wasting your time is way worse, in his honest opinion. And look, I like the fact they made the decision. I agree with you. Hopefully, their processes will start getting earlier and earlier. It's almost like, when you get a new leadership that come into anything, they go, well, if it's not ready, I'm delaying it. They're like, oh my God, he actually did it. And then they're like, oh, they're not going to do it twice. Oh, he did it. Oh, we better then make sure this is right. We can't just go, oh no, we're going to do this or we're going to do that, or oh, it's all right, I'll fix this code while it's live. Or maybe, I mean, I don't even know if that's the attitude, but what it does do into amazing, which is a great one. Which is very, very, very important for them to do. And I appreciate them doing it, to be honest. And I think hopefully this will give someone a kick up the backside and go, well, I can't just release anything because that's not going to be acceptable anymore. And, oh, we need to do our QA process 24 hours earlier. And we need to test this 24 hours earlier, whatever. And that is very important, right, Sniper? And I think that's right.
100%. I think you hit the nail on the head. If that's the way that they did it, if they're like, okay, we could tell that the new leadership is serious and
Yes.
they're not going to just release something just because it's the day that it's due to be released, that they hold a high standard to make sure it's going to be done right.
Yeah.
And that goes and changes people's mentality to make sure, oh, we better get it right the first time.
Yeah.
I think that's great, right? I think you exactly got it. That's what we want to see. We want to see, okay, you have to make a big statement by doing something that they never do and,
Yes.
Delaying content. So you make that big, bold, hey, I'm new leadership. We're going to do things differently. We got a standard to keep. That's beautiful. That's what we want.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree with Chronox, what he said in the chat. It's like, who will do it then? I reckon delays is not because of underperforming developers. I think developers have got it to a stage. It's just putting things together, quality control, having an opportunity to test it. They're just going to have to make the processes earlier and earlier and earlier, right? So that they don't hit this brick wall every so often, or they're not testing something to the very last minute, or they're not adding stuff into the game, and they haven't maybe it's a version control thing. I mean, I don't know, but I like the fact that they made a delay twice, and I don't think it will happen as often as you guys think it is. And Foster says, yeah, basic project management, plan time for fixing when tests fail. Exactly. I'd say the same developers are actually too thinly spread, is what Chronox's opinion is, which sounds about right. So there's people working on multiple things. And with the Reaver, remember, Sniper, they found out tier 9, it doesn't give you any boost, right? There's no increase in power. So they were like, maybe they diverted the resources there, and they got the Alliance tournaments going, oh my God, this thing's not working the way we exactly expected if we had a bit more time. And the best thing is, Chronox says delays are at least an option now, which I think is this involved. And Chronox says, with the size of the teams involved, a culture shock takes time. Denny Day says delays are now an option now, which is absolutely correct. Denny Dina Day, welcome in for your first time chat, and that's pointing up at what Chronox said. Ditto, I would agree. Scopely has never done this before. It's always released and broken, etc. Simon says, hopefully this will lead us to seeing code finished days or weeks ahead of time, as opposed to trying to wrap up the code as it's going live. Exactly, Simon. And because if you realize the content is slowing down, so as the 3-month cycle of projects happen, they will have suddenly more time in a project to test it fully. So as what the other content creators, the official content creators are saying is like M95 is the one to aim for. So by M95, you assume a development of a feature or a product is now taking 3 months and a half. And that half is the testing period and making sure it works and doing all these things. And I think that is a new thing that they've added in there, and something that I really enjoy and like, which is important.
Yeah, that's an important thing, definitely, Nigel, because I think, part of it, you can't just say, oh, it's the developer's fault that there's a bug or something, right? Like, no development process is perfect, right? It's going to happen. That's the reason you have QA, right? QA exists for finding these things. It's, really more of the process. It's, do you build in the time to properly QA? Do you have a good QA team and a QA plan? And are you feeding those things that you find in QA, back through to the developers and giving them sufficient time to actually fix them before having to meet a hard deadline of release? So I think that is, the process and the culture change. It's not, hey, the developers are a problem or not a problem.
No.
Do you have the right process, and are you giving your developers and QA teams enough time instead of very hard deadlines, that they have the flexibility to make sure that the product they're putting out is solid, right?
Yeah,
they're not just running against we have to get this out in 2 days, so it doesn't we don't have time to fix anything, we just got to get it out, right? You can't blame the developers for that's a process and a leadership thing.
Yes, absolutely agree. I mean, Chronox gives a very good example here. Those aren't even the same teams. For example, you got this same knowledge set. Just to give, he's giving an example. There's a network development, there's a UX UI development, there's a back-end development, there's player engagement, game design, creative design, and they're all developers. So you still have to go through that process. And as Andy's right, it's progress towards a better path. And I think what they've done was, okay, yeah, well done. A massive round of applause to that happening, because I'm pleasantly surprised in a good way. Captain Chris Pike says, I think changing the culture to put products that work as expected rather than hitting a date is a small sacrifice for better results and content, which is great. And that's a thing. But then people are saying, well, Sniper, they released a RA'Ul Reaver and it still has some errors on it. I mean, okay, maybe that the QA process needs to be looked at more. Maybe they checked all of that, and maybe it was something that just skipped their mind. Mistakes do happen, but I think they will get there eventually with everything. And I like the fact that, a delay is an option now, because I remember previously, I don't know if you remember a Q&A we had. I think it was in the private server, where the words were, we never delayed anything. The only time we ever delayed anything, we lost a lot of players for a week, or something in those realm. Yeah, I remember that sentence clearly. And now I'm like, we haven't lost anybody. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's been delayed here and there. Yeah.
Yeah, and in fact, the statement that was made, and I don't have the exact quote, but it was functionally around the fact that even a week's delay, because they talk about, like, there was one time where they delayed the launch by a week, and it resulted in mass player exodus, which I think is actually the wrong way to look at it, because that's correlation is not always causation, right? As we like to say in the data business. And I think they were looking at it through a very narrow lens, right? That, hey, maybe people weren't leaving because the content was delayed. Maybe the content was delayed because of major issues in the game, and major issues in the game is also why people were leaving.
Yes, exactly.
So those things both had the same cause, not one thing caused the other, right? So I'm glad to see, and they were pretty, time and time again,
Hmm.
in the private server and other locations, like that was being used as kind of a shield, right? It was,
Yes.
we can never delay anything. We can never work on a different cadence. We can never do anything because look, here is this event that happened, and therefore any conversations around delays are shut down automatically, right? So it is a big culture change, and people who aren't on the private server may not even realize this or realize that that was going on. But that is a major cultural shift. Just the fact of delaying at all, whether it be a day or a week.
Yes.
So I do think it has its positive implications, right? And yeah, with regards to the Reaver, you know what? Things are going to happen, right? Like you can have the most comprehensive QA process in the world, and things will still fall through the cracks, right?
Yeah.
It's just the way that it works, right? And I'm
Exactly.
sure we've all experienced that in our own lives and our own jobs, right? Where hey, you check, you double check, you triple check everything, and still you miss the thing, and it goes out, and you're like, oh, how could I have missed that, right? So I think people need to be a little cautious with jumping too hard on something like that. It's not necessarily, hey, did you catch every single thing? It's, hey, was there sufficient enough testing that
Yes.
all the basic aspects that should have absolutely been caught,
Yeah.
were caught in how the thing works. Because even this upgrading thing, it's not a core function of the ship, right? It's
Yeah.
not like the rating mechanic or whatever, right? It's like, okay, it didn't add the right stats, right, to it. It's a secondary thing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Uh, but the point is how you respond to that, right?
Yes.
Because we've seen things with other ships, like we've seen issues, like I'll bring up with the Dauntless, for
Yeah.
example,
Oh
right?
God. Yeah.
And that has been uh, basically addressed a little here and there over the course of a year, but with large delays in between it.
Yes.
With this particular issue, like they're already addressing this tomorrow, right, or
Yeah.
tonight slash tomorrow,
Yeah.
whatever time you guys have there in the EU, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's
so it's pretty quick turnaround, right? That they're addressing this now. Will they address it properly? And is it going to fully work? Hard to say. I mean, I actually have my questions around it because it's mentioning tier 9 and above, but my Reaver is only tier 7, and I actually noticed that issue of like things like the impulse drive or a few other things adding no new stats even as I was upgrading, and I'm not even tier 9 yet. So when they label as tier 9 or above, it makes me a little bit question whether they got the full grasp of the issue, to be
yeah.
perfectly honest. But regardless, the point is they're jumping in and they're addressing it, pretty much as quickly as you can expect, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So I think that even that is good because we also have this whole kind of thought pattern, right, that's developed in the community that Scopely only focuses on quickly addressing bugs if they're player beneficial, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
I don't want to put it like that, but it's a mentality that we have, right? Because we see things that hey, we put out this wrong amount in this pack, or this officer does
Yeah.
something that's too powerful, and those things tend, for better or worse, right, they tend to get addressed very quickly, right?
True.
The
True.
same day the server shut down. Like we've even had events where they literally shut down the servers, like with no notice, just like, hey, we're shutting, or maybe like a 30-minute notice, like in
Yeah.
30 minutes we're shutting down the servers to patch this thing.
Well. Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah.
we want to see that same level of dedication when there's something that players report. Right now, everything is always, variable, right? Like not every issue is as big or important as every other issue, right? In
Yeah,
terms of
agreed.
if it's going to break something or, if it's just like nice to have. So it's not like every issue you got to stop everything you're doing and address it. But we'd like to see when players or a lot of players are affected by a particular issue, those issues to be, taken with some urgency and expedition, right? And I think that's a little bit what we're seeing here with
Yeah.
the Reaver, right? So I'm not taking it as a negative that,
Yeah.
this issue slipped through. I'm taking it as a positive that they're going and they're quickly addressing this. We reported it, they investigated it, they found presumably the issue or know how to address it, and they're going and
Yeah.
quickly addressing it in a way that's semi non-disruptive.
Yeah, exactly. Let me try and bring some other opinions onto the stage, as well as that. Guys in the chat, just guys, just hold it down. Yeah, I'm trying my best here. Okay, it's very important for people to figure out as well. Like it affects all levels of players and what they're trying to do. The Alliance tournaments, for example, Alice Romuland, right? And Ops 31 goes that she's glad to delay because it was a little bit too close to the previous one. It's only a day though, Alice. I hope in a day you can set your clicks at the right speed and the things at the right time. Also, Putz brings up a good point. The new Players Council that they're creating, the 2.0, will not be doing, I mean, we don't know. Are they doing testing? I don't think they do testing. I think it's more about seeing features and seeing what they're like, and that's really important to sort of figure out. But it's also those sort of changes are, I think, really, really good into the game. But let me, yes, Mufasa, go ahead, buddy.
All right, so I saw a tendency, ask about other opinions about the Alliance tournament and it's being held off, things like that. Honestly, I'm agreeing with Sniper 100%. If the product's not ready, right, they want to make sure it's ready. By all means, hold it off. Let it come out and be ready. Because at the end of the day, and we've noticed this across the community, if it comes out broken, people get mad. If we push it off until it fixes, people get mad. So it's a no-win situation for Scopely in that entire ordeal. Me personally, I'd rather be working when it comes out and not have to worry about bugs and things like that I have to compete with and fight with every second of the event.
And I completely agree with that. And I assume the same with you, MJ Hat, as well. You know what I mean? Like you're an official CC and you can see the change that's going on and something you prefer?
I do. I think that it's very important that, we kind of give them the time that they need. They're saying, hey, this wasn't ready. This absolutely is going to take a minute for us to fix. Give us another 24 hours to look it over, make sure everything's fine. Because if we put it out and it's broken, well, then we're entitled to the comps that are being asked for in chat. Right now, though, I think that this is a good decision.
Yeah. Great decision with that. So that shows at every level it's exactly the same. People have got their opinions and how they go on with that. And I think that is very vital to how we see the game from each level and how everyone feels exactly the same with that. But also, the thing I want to show people is, if you can go onto the screens as well, is there have been some amazing quality of life updates that they have done, right? Which I think are fantastic and really, really cool. So if you go into the game, not only have we got, look at all these galactic anomalies there, Jim PR. Do you see how many they are? Oh my God, I don't think I've seen so many in my life. I was chasing this 5-minute one, which we'll talk about, by the way, this 5-minute one. I think it's the 5-minute one. It's like they went from one extreme to another in the middle of SLB. I've never seen so many is mega this time. Yeah, exactly. So, right. Okay. What has been updated? Let me show you in simple terms what it is. When you say assign officers, right? You've got here in this chat. This will get fixed, by the way. The below decks will come back in here as they've announced. Right? Because I think that's important, because this is a pain in the ass to click below decks. But look at all these additions made, right? And the good thing is they made additions to warp range, warp speed, wave defense, status effects there, outpost, morale effect, mining speed, loot reward, invading entity, a hull breach effect, cargo protection and critical chance are all in there, assimilated effect, so on, so forth. But what's really cool is if you now want to develop crewing, this actually helps you quite a lot in sort of designing that, and I like these changes with that. So, for example, I was like, oh my god, I have got these anomalies. I don't want to get hull breach. I want to put a bit more morale. Let's look at our morale officers. Oh, there they are. These are the ones that I can go for, and it's an easy way to learn as well, which I think is very, very amazing. And that is really important. Who resubscribed just now? What? Hype Train? Humble subscriber tier 1. My God, there's another Hype Train. We haven't even had an hour. Anyways, it's a Hype Train gear, ladies and gentlemen. If you do want to donate to charity or to the stream, it's xfish.tip or xfish.donate, please, into the chat. But this is amazing. Rat morale effects. So now for our players of all levels, remember how we want people to learn within the game? This helps you learn. So if you're going, okay, I need morale. How does that work? Let me go and have a look at morale. Okay, these officers do morale. Okay, that's PvP. That's PvP, PvP. Oh, here we go. Here's someone does morale. Here's another one does morale. You know, and this one's below deck, and this one is above. And these are the things you saw. Wait, that doesn't seem right to me. Why is Savic got morale? Okay. Maybe it's not perfect, but it gets you to any. It says any state, that's why. So any state that affects it means that you can do an ISO damage. So it just needs a little bit tightening in the numbering aspects of it. Or you want a basic status effect of everything. Or even if you want a hull breach version, which I think hull breach should be on every single ship it is. It's a mix of creates and uses, which is inconsistent, but McShiz, it's a step in the right direction. The lower deck drop down, Brian, has been already confirmed, as you saw on the official channel, the Discord. They said that they're going to put it back into the drop down because we don't want to be clicking lower deck abilities and doing that. But the good news is you can click lower deck ability and you can also go, okay, in my lower deck ability, I want a hull breach. And it puts all lower deck abilities and hull breaches all at the same time. So it gives you options, right? And this is, we want more things in the game, less for them to go to content creators or read blogs or whatever. Some people are not Discord. Some people are not even on, you know, any other channel. This is in-game. At least in a basic sense, this kind of works. Do I think it works perfectly? No. Do I think they need to tighten it? Yes. Just so they can get this even tightened. Because, for example, I want to click on morale effect and I want to click on lower decks and I want Kim to appear. Do you know what I mean? Like, that would be a very good example of how it would work in a very good way. But that's a good change, right? They've also said they've added more research in the inventory. So whenever you go to your items and you check your inventory, that'll be something you can add in there. There's more search bars everywhere, so you can filter it by any other things. You can search for anything you like, as well as the resources and territory and consumables and so on. Everything has got a research, which is absolutely terrific. They've done that. That makes life a lot easier. Oh my God, all the Galactic Anomalies are gone. Jim PI, they've heard us. Damn it. Jim PI, I was going to do that. Oh my God, there's so much in territory. That's really amazing to see. Those are a great quality of life updates that they have done, which I think are really, really important to help us more balanced in doing there. They also fixed an issue with the bulk upgrades where scrolling the level slider did not consistently refresh the displayed upgrade pack. So they've done that. They also, in the ships, they fixed an issue. Wow, they're keeping us going. Thank you, Brody72 UK, for a Prime sub for 5 months. I can't believe the hype train's still going. That's really kind of you guys to keep it going in some way. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. And they also fixed the localization issue, and there's a few bits on the viewer screen, but the quality of life improvement was this, and we get to our research, which is why we have Mufasa, and that's why we have Ghost Pepper Hill here, because Ascension becomes really important. Now, everyone's worried. They're like, I'm a G7 player, right? Am I going to be needing this when it starts moving up the chain? I would say I would start doing it before anyone freaks out, saying, how do I get my Ascension upgrade? As you reach the right level, you go to your gifts. I'm going to show you now, right? And in your gift, you get this here. G4 Ascension unlock gift, right? And you unlock that. It gives you the keys to the next level. And that means you can now move on in your research, right? And it's the same thing as they continue going to G5, G6, G7, and G8, right? And that is important for them to say. There's so many distances now with how people getting sorted out, which they address it and make it simple for everybody, retro for you. We really need officer presets to be export, import from CS viable. It would be so much easier for the community to share crews, guidelines, and you can directly import to save. Now, you see how STFC.phd does that QR code setup. I wonder if they can speak to QoL and Pseudo, and to do that. Yeah, like Sarah Dance. What I mean is like as it moves up and you get to G8 and whatever, I mean all that sort of stuff. It's very, very important for them to find better ways of crewing, because with officer presets, what everyone's really worried about are two things. They want to have more of these, but be able to move them. So if I went, oh my God, I now want to move these down, I can't. You want to reorder them, which I think would be amazing to do. So you can put the ones you want and reorder them the way you do. But also people love the fleet presets. And they want more of these. And they want more of these to create free presets for different things and different aspects to allow them to be a bit more. But what Humble said, you know what would be really cool? You click on this, you say share, right? A share button. You share. And then you say, I want to share it to an alliance mate. I want to share it with a friend. I want to share it to a person where it gives you a screenshot. And the screenshot would be something like this, where it shows you what you've got on there in that setup, in that way. And that would be a beautiful addition to the game, right? That's exactly what Humble's saying. And that is something that Retro Fury agrees with, which I think is absolutely superb in doing so, right? Yes, I've been waiting to reorder my officer preset for ages. I know E11E, E11E, E11E. And then I get like nervous because I'm like, oh my God, I've got to do all this. But let's go back to the Ascension, right? The Ascension is quite important. Mufasa did a terrific stream about it, by the way, earlier on today, which is very, very good to go and chase. And let's give a shout out, please, to Mufasa. Well, Borg Hugh, Brian, is useful. Why Borg Hugh? Oh, I'll explain the crewing on how I do crewing in my own way. But first things first, let's show you the Accession tree. So it's been expanded, right? Before you go to the Vidar, you get to the Stellar parts and everything, then you start moving into the G4 section, which is here. And what that is cleverly doing is it now gives you an opportunity to unlock these ships faster. Remember the beginning of the game, we used to unlock the first few ships? This is what it's doing here. Do you know why it's forcing you through this chain? Because it wants you to be properly prepared for everything. The NX01 is available here. The station upgrade, which gives you a huge quantum communicators for that, which I think is a station commission gets upgraded. You get the Vindicator. Remember, the Vindicator sourcing was always slow. Now you can just unlock it instantly by getting there. That's not a big number to get either, which is fantastic. And this is a clever little addition. Sniper, they gave them the temporal conduit for free, which gives you hull breach, and when you max it up, it gives you hull breach completely at 80% chance of doing so, which means you don't need a hull breach officer when you go through that. I think this is a way to progress people at a faster speed. You know, the G3s, G4s, and G5 operation levels are now faster than ever with reduction. They've also reduced both building and research time to all of this. The building timers for all the main specialty buildings have been substantially reduced, and now more upgrades are taking 1 or 2 weeks at most, which I think is important. That means finally, ladies and gentlemen, Ghost Pepper. Oh, the hype train's about to end. Oh, never mind. I was really sad with that one. 3 subs to go. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghost Pepper will finally be speeding up those levels, and she's catching up to you, right, Ghost Pepper? You're gonna be doing a lot of this. What do you mean?
I am actually. Yeah. I am actually. That was one of the things I was super excited about with this update, was the change in the reduction of times for all of it. So it will take me a lot less to get through all of my speed ups.
Yeah, brilliant. But also, are you finding the unlocks of ships a good idea? Like, are you looking at these and saying, look at that, the Vindicator can be unlocked. The Chaos deck is a good one as well. I think that's a great Chaos.
It doesn't, I already have this stuff, so it doesn't help me. But I think for other players, this is helpful for them. So I don't think that this part is bad.
Yeah,
at all for them.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. Mufasa, are you in agreement here? Do you feel like this is giving you upgrades to things you never had access to previously, Mufasa? Do you agree with the fact that this is giving all the levels a chance to progress, like it did at the beginning of the game, where it says, unlock this ship, unlock this ship, unlock this ship, and it's really good unlocks as well?
I think it's a great tool to show players what to progress and things like that.
Yes.
For sure. I do have some issues with it for your average player.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, one of the things is obviously you have to go through this tree to go from 39 to 40.
Yes.
And if you don't do this tree at all, you can never hit Ops 40.
Okay.
Period.
Yeah.
So I do have an issue with that. And that goes along the lines of Scopely's communication.
Yeah.
Right. If they communicate it correctly, then it's fine because players will understand, hey, I have to do this. But if they don't, people will get to Ops 39 and be like, where do I get these materials to get this, next jump to 40? And they're like, oh, it's in this tree that I didn't touch because they had to do everything the hard way, we'll say, of just getting it naturally in the game, not going through the extension tree.
Yeah, but do you not think of it as like a field training almost? Do you not think of it as like some people like to be dragged through a game in an order? Do you not think it gives you an order of, I need to do all this research to move on? And I don't think that's a bad thing. Yeah.
I do agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
But, we can talk about, a current G3 player who's at 31 right now, Mrs. CDB.
Yes.
And, we talked to her earlier this morning on my stream about the tree and stuff like that.
Yes.
And she's like, I actually forgot about the tree.
Oh God. Okay. But now she's got to do the 3. Because what ops is Miss CDB to you?
She's Ops 31.
31.
So
yeah.
she has a reason to do the tree and remember the tree now. Right?
Yeah.
But like she said, at Ops 31, she forgot about the tree. It wasn't important.
Yes.
So Scopely has to, encourage players, hey, you have to do this, or else when you get to this ops level, you have to go and backtrack through pretty much everything you've already done so you can get to Ops 40.
Yes, I
now
agree.
With the new G4 section.
Yeah, G4
right,
section. Yeah.
I think that section is fantastic. You're getting half of the G4 epics, which are very costly in the game. Half of the rares, which are very costly in the game. And like you said, the chaos tech at the end is fantastic. The Kashar at the end is fantastic. Even though they're half of the amounts, that still saves you from getting the other, having to get half of it.
Yeah.
So overall, the tree is great.
Yeah, it does. And Alison Romulan, right, Ops 31, she does it. Feels like field training, but also forgotten about it from time to time. But hostiles are a bit hard to kill, even with a good crew. And the best thing is, Alison Romulan, this continues because Ultra Vedica, the legend himself, the guy who's got a brand new Discord picture. We won't talk about that photo that Ultra's got on his profile photo. It's fine. It'll do for now. Ultra's handsome man, really pretty and a beautiful person, and then he puts that profile photo. We won't talk about the profile photo, but Ultra's right. In G7, we've got the same thing. Let me show you. In combat, we have to, before you get to any of this, you need to complete this at 5, right? So you need to get all of this done to 5. Level 5. And if you don't do it, you can't move on in your tree. So the same consistent thing is happening. Now, where is there a gap? The gap now is G5. Because G6 have to work their way through. You need to hit this to a 5 out of 8 at least to then move on to the next level, to start doing surges and move your way through, right? These are very important things. Ultra Vedica has brought up an absolutely world-class point. There is continuity, so we've always needed to do research. So the Ascension 3 that takes you through, now I'm suddenly going as a G7 going, okay, I'll work my way backwards because I've got to grab some of these because I want to work my way through, because what happens if this moves to G5 and then when it hits G5, I believe this links then to your combat section at G6, and that will then guide you through the rest of the game. And at least there is a guiding path. So if someone goes, what's the next things I built? I remember when I first started the game. I'll bring you up in a second, Yendis. I remember when I first started the game, one of the first things I did was I went, okay, I don't know what building to build next because I never knew. So I would go into my station. Oh, here comes the launch pack. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I can't afford the Reaver. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for showing me the Reaver again. I used to go here and say, oh my God, what do I build next, right? Or what do I research next? Or what do I do next? So let me speed one up, right, really quickly. So the one I wanted to build next is, I used to do this, and this is blasphemy, by the way. No one should ever do that. I used to go, okay, so that's got to be next. I just press building, and that's what I should do next. I thought it was 5 out of 8 Mad Hatter to move on. But if it's 8 out of 8, I stand corrected, but I thought it was 5 out of 8. Something that might help with the Ascension tree would be a guide within the tree that links you to the systems within the Elite Assassins they can be found. Exactly. I think that it needs a tweak, But that's really important for people to figure out. They don't just build the next thing. You go, okay, I want to ops up, I need to build all these. Or I want to do this, I need to build all that, and so on and so forth. That should be the important thing to do, right? But Simon brings up a good point. There should be a progression path here where it says, start here, click on this. Okay, you need more of these things. Okay, so I need to do tier 2 of that. Great. So I need more of these. Where do I get these? Obtain from Federation Klingon on Romulan stores. It'd be great if I can just press the button to go to the store, all right? And it goes to these faction buttons. And then from those faction buttons, it shows me, here are the systems you can go to grab more of these. It takes you always to the store. It doesn't take you to faction. It needs to go here. And from here, I can go, here comes the Accession tree. I can now click on this and do that. So here we go. Those are the things that I want to do and build in my Federation ones. Excuse me while I get to the clicks. I had to do them delayed yesterday. So I get to this. I want to be able to go, all right, where are the hostiles? I'm still clicking view research. I'm still missing the research, but it doesn't tell me where the hostiles are. That would be something that's very important for them to do in the game, just to continue the field training aspect of it. And if they do bring back more field training, maybe we can guide players by saying you've got to click on this, click on that, do this, do that, and so on and so forth to work your way through, right? Because I think that would make life a lot simpler. So that would be amazing for you guys to capture and to sort of do, right? The Accession tree has got a lot of good in it. It will guide you through a great process in the game. I would do it all. Even a Stella. How long did it used to take us to get a Stella, right? It used to take us, was it 6 weeks, 10 weeks? When we had to do that event just to get enough blueprints to get the first one, you get half an unlock right here. Straight away, gets you going, off you go. Even with the Vidar, it gets you right up there and does that, which I think is amazing. Right now, you either have to go through the blog, which you most want, search and find them by accident when your non-FKR ship blows up on them, and or word of mouth. Do you know what would be amazing, Simon says? You know, with all the search functions we have? Let's have a search function for hostiles. Ooh. I mean, look, I'm pushing coding. Pumpkinhead, thank you very much for raiding in. How you doing, Pumpkinhead? Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. Welcome in. Pumpkin, how you doing, buddy? I saw you were wearing a pumpkin in your head. I never realized your stream, you actually had a pumpkin in your head, which was kind of confused me. I genuinely just thought you were just called Pumpkinhead, because you had a weird head. Let's have a search for exocomps as well, Retro Fury says. But how amazing would it be, Mufasa, if I went here and I go, right, okay, where are these elite hostiles? Let me click elite hostiles here, system lookup. I want to click elite hostiles, and it shows me systems with it in. Wouldn't that be a cool feature that they can add into the game to then allow you to find everything? The problem is they want people to search and find and do all that. That becomes a little bit difficult. Just a little... I think the Accession is great for new players, but why do I need to rebuild and upgrade ships when I have them built max and scrap them? Well, you just need to ignore it. I mean, it's nothing to do there. I mean, there's some research there. You saw, I didn't do it. I don't need to do it, so that'd be important. Panda Pirate says, speaking of Accession, we should discuss doing... No, you can't do this... Right, Panda Pirate thinks... we'll move on to that, Panda. I will show what you've shown. And I'm going to tell you it is not a sustainable model, and in fact, I'm pretty sure that Captain Chris Pike and Sniper will absolutely disagree with it. But I want to stick with Accession for now before jumping back and forth with that. Yendis, you were next, and then we will go to Chris Pike. Yendis, go ahead, buddy.
Mine wasn't on Accession. Mine was on the Anomalies when you were on it before.
Yeah, I haven't gone to Anomalies. I'm going to move to Anomalies after Accession. Just let me get...
Just want to get this point across. 26 minutes after you lose the system, it still collects on the event. So just keep grinding it. 26 minutes, the last one. The one before that was 25 minutes. Just keep killing them, and it counts for the event.
Yeah, no, completely agree. Before I go to Chris Pike, I just want to answer Pumpkinhead. I don't know if it was brought up, but I'm pissed about the remove the below deck. So Pumpkinhead, just to let you know, there's been an announcement out that lower decks will reappear here. Just so you're aware. They will reappear here, as well as being there as well, right? 100%. Yeah, so it's coming back. It's been announced in the public channel. Great, thanks for the Galactic Anomaly thing. Chris Pike, have you got anything to say with regards to this, what we have here? which is the Ascension. Yeah, go ahead.
So again, Ascension isn't necessarily. So the way I look at all of this is Ascension isn't. I'm a 72, soon to be 73.
Mm-hmm.
So Ascension, it doesn't have a relevance to me. But why it is important is for my potential teammates and also for the longevity of the game. We need to understand that we need content that works well and a way for the players that are coming into the game to advance so that we have fellow compatriots to play with. Now, the servers are pretty locked, right? The only way like a mature server, gains new members generally is using the token to switch over because it's a friend.
Yeah.
And you're trying to help them get on. But this allows me to now invite people and show them a way to progress easier and quicker. And that is a key thing if we want the longevity of the game to exist. If Scopely can't keep adding users and successfully, letting them play the game and find a course through the game that lets them kind of catch up to the rest of us, then this is just going to fade out just like anything. And so that's why it's important to all of us.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And very, very well brought up together. And that means that's why we want our fellow mid-ops and lower ops to get there. And I hope this will get expanded to a G5 section. I think it's a superb tree, loads of half unlocks of things, and speeds up your progression. So you still have to work for it. You still have to go to the Federation store, and you still have to do a lot of things that are really, really important in the game to get to do so. It's a superb addition with the quality of life stuff. Yeah, I think it's getting to a good stage. What we'd like to see quality of life stuff is just more synergization with loads of things, like showing people where the hostiles are, like showing people where everything else. And the next, Ormazod said, next step is something similar with officers. Absolutely agree. And that will be amazing. That gives you that. Well, technically, Ormazod, you have the away teams, right? This gives you unlock of priority officers that you're going for. Your TNGs, which is very important to unlock, your DS9 crew, your Ferengi crew. So you've got now your massive mining crew. You've got your very important Boar crew with everything you need. Your TNG crew, which I think is vital. So the away teams did that. The Ascension tree gives you the ships, like how you're moving your way through, which I think is terrific. Your combat tree is where you finish that level, the G6 research. You can move on to G7. You've got the mirror that gives you bonuses and things like that, and then a Starbase and so on, and Maverick and all that sort of stuff, right? Which I think are very important things to add to the game. But the grind is too much. Where Maca Red Lobster, for the lower players, bearing in mind in that level, they are probably grinding a lot and they're doing different things. They just got to kill a different hostile. Let's see how that works. But is the grind too much for you, Mufasa, and your level? Saying if you want to get more Ascension, are you getting Ascension, what they called it, particles really easily? Are you fine?
I myself am, but I, grind a lot.
Okay.
If I'm just doing single pulls, definitely it is easy.
Yeah.
Even getting up to the hostiles that I need to actually kill at my level.
Okay.
Right. So if they stay to their level, I feel it's completely easy. We did talk about, the cost and everything earlier for each, grade and each ops level. And the cost to get the Ascension particles changes each ops level you're at. Even 42 to 43 is a different cost. So it is tiered in a way to where if you hit the hostiles you're supposed to be at your level, then you should be able to do single pulls on a regular basis.
Yeah, exactly. So that's very good advice from Mufasa. And we're showing players that in those mid and lower ops are important. And why are mid and lower ops important? Remember I told you, this all links up to everything I've said because I'm trying to put a little series together. The series is your alliance level needs to be at alliance level 61. Why? Because you want to carry 25% of your G3s. Wow, raid! Massive raid coming in from STFC DataJess. Guten Tag, Guten Schleppel, Guten Schnei, and all of that. Guten Sofil Kaka DataJess. Did I say the German words right? Raidhausen, how you doing, guys? Welcome in. We are talking about the Ascension tree first, and we're going to move on to upper levels. Please, everyone, be patient because I want to give everyone the stage and able to say the things that need to say. Stralet Louise, please do follow us. Press a follow. I'm trying to hit a follow number if I can. It'd be lovely if you guys can do so, and I really appreciate you guys for doing so. The Ascension Tree, good evening, Dom Nemesis, STFC. The important thing to figure out is that the reason you want to carry 25% of that is because in the Alliance tournaments, which we didn't have today, sadly, it's going to come tomorrow, that 20k tasks, those King Gaza showed us that players at the G3 level are the kings of that world, and the G3 and the G4s become really important to your alliance. So do not fill your alliance with upper levels only. Try and balance it out, because that balance is going to get you major stuff into the game and score a lot higher in that way. Hey Erwin, how you doing? Hey Feldy, how you doing? Dina Day says, I take one TV show up to perfection every day, so 20 minutes per faction, and have for a big pull box every day. Dina Day, that's absolutely terrific advice, and that's the way to do it, and it moves stuff on. So that's really clear for you guys to see, and it keeps things on par. So that's why the Ascension Tree is terrific. We show people you get loads of half unlocks everywhere. It is terrific addition to the game. Please follow it. It also gives you a path of progression, so you can just work your way through, and I think that's important. It gives people a guide. I've got to reach the end. I get to Kishara, and then I watch it fail like everybody else, which I think will be the fun part of it. So hopefully they can get a full unlock of that one. Because when you reach G6, the only thing's missing is G5. You need to hit the isolytic power. I'm pretty sure it's at 5 or 6 out of 8, but some people telling me it's 8 out of 8. So exactly. So everyone's catching up is against... No, not everyone catching up. They're not going to catch up quickly, Lady Command. It's going to take them time to catch up still. But you get easier ways of obtaining ships with less grind. So you're not sat there trying to do all the Federation hostiles. You can also do the stuff that you need in the game, which I think is really important. Mariner, you are reacting today that I take one TV show. Yeah, exactly. And you have a big pull every day. Great. Fantastic. That's an important thing for guys to figure out. There's a very good quality of life updates as well in the game. Those are really terrific, and hopefully more of those will start appearing and will give us an opportunity to get to do so. The next thing that I want to move on to, right, as long as anybody else, as Mufasa, Ghost Pepper, you guys all are happy with that level and that conversation on the Ascension Tree. Anything you guys would like to add in? Any nuggets of information? Maybe give someone a really cool hint there, Mufasa, so they can come and watch your stream tomorrow, Ghost Pepper?
No, did we mention that the G4 Elite hostiles also got added to help with that, the G4 additions?
No, we didn't. So thank you for that. Where can people find that information? It's in the blog, isn't it? That blog shows you where the
Yes, it is. There's level.
Yeah, so what we'll do,
We're
guys...
already on higher level G4 systems, so that'll be helpful for getting points or the particles as well.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much for that one. So what we'll do, guys, Exclamation Point Discord, come and join us in the Discord. There's a mid-ops channel. I'll put all the systems and everything on there so you guys can have a look, and that'll be a good addition for the mid-ops. Mufasa. Yeah.
Did I not do that yet? I thought I did. I will face mine over. But as far as, chip and tricks, basically, like I said earlier, just focus on the hostiles at your off level and only push up if you're able to. Make it easy on yourself. Worry about the single pull. It will take time, okay? At least, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, depending upon how much you're pulling. Yes. But that's going to give you enough time to actually get to the rest of your research and get caught up on that, so that when you get to those next bracket, that you're actually prepared for it and you're not sitting there slamming yourself against the wall that won't move.
Yeah, exactly that. But it shows that you guys become vital, and you want G3, G4 players in your alliance. So lower ups, don't just sit there saying, oh my God, I don't want to hear all of this. No, educate your player base. Help them to get there, because this is an important important thing to be added into the game, and it helps progression in some way, Lady Command. So it gives you guys some things to aim for, and suddenly you're not grinding as much, because you can just grind the elite hostiles to get yourselves there, and they're available in all those systems, right? So I think that's a very good thing. So well done on the Ascension 3. We've talked about the quality of life improvement, which is the addition to the officer thing. They will change this, just to repeat it, because I know people sometimes are not listening. They will re-add the below decks to here, which I think is important. That power at all levels. I've always liked to play like this. Exactly. Just so you are well versed, which means when you go up, you're now prepared. Some people have gone up and haven't been prepared, which is why Ghost Pepper took 25 years to even get to here. Can you imagine if you had to convince Ghost Pepper to get to 51?
Shut your face.
Erwin says, sorry, Nigel, question. Is there any use to do that Ascension research for G7? Not really, but, Erwin, I would keep an eye on not letting it go. And I'll tell you why. I think this, personally, if I had to guess, will get to G5, and it might stop there. That is the important part. But for you, it's not really important. You get some vault additions and vault pulls and things like that, so it helps your vault a little bit, but nothing vital. I haven't done any of them, and that will be amazing. And I think G5s will get a serious catch-up next, and then G6 will be worked on after that, and I think then G7. So I would not neglect it, but I would slowly, if you have some time, nab one every so often and keep that going, because I think that is important for people to be wary of. All right, Erwin? That should be good. Well, to G7 episode now, but 1 in 100 as well. The new player get to G4, G7 than it was. It's now easier to get to there than that for years. Now, the thing that we want to talk about that I think will be fascinating to have a conversation about, which doesn't affect the mid-ops and the lower ops, but you guys listen to this carefully. We have even more Galactic Anomalies than we had previously. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on in territory, but it seems like they're everywhere. But they do appear in the game. Like, oh my God, the army of them are appearing again. The key thing is now you've got these Galactic Anomalies which give, and do you know why people want to do them? Now, listen to this, lower ups. It's this. Look at that rep. 1,500% it's up now. But it gives you additional damage at hull breach at 250%. Remember what Ferry showed us last week, which was the Gorkon setup, which I thought was fantastic, and that should be great. Galactic Anomalies, though, as a whole, but it's something that, as they adjust it and make it work, I think is going to be a very good addition. Also, it allows exciting events. I don't know. Did people enjoy the 5-minute one? Shelby says, I made 100 billion in 1 hour. Wow. See, that 100 billion, because let me show you guys the scary part. This is why Shelby wants to do it. Look at that. 44 trillion I'm at, and I'm trying to get to, which is like, I don't even know what that number is, but it's just so much. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Just to get there, it sounds like it's freaking miles away. But with these hostiles, I'm now thinking, ooh, hello. Well, I can get some rep bonuses here, and that would be amazing. And so you want to chase it. You want to hit as high as you can, as hard as you can. Colossal says, in my opinion, Sister Tree is really good for G3, G4, somewhat too expensive for them. Okay, Colossal, good point. I would love that feedback in my Discord, Colossal, because then I can screenshot it and send it as any advice or feedback to anybody that we can pass it on to. That would be amazing to get that. So if you don't mind, please come and join us. Adina Day, also, it's easy, quick. Yeah, Alliance said, I wonder if they added the extra system today since Alliance tournament was delayed. A nice move if so. Maybe. But these Galactic Anomalies are going to be something that you guys need to get ready for at G3, G4, and G5, and as you hit G6, because they do change the hostiles, and the change is quite dramatic. What do all ships have? Hull breach, right? We all have hull breach. We love Torres below deck. We love critical damage. We love hull breach. This is going to give an additional 250% of hull breach on that one. When you've done the Galactic Anomalies, for example, what is your crewing setup that you guys go for? Because that would be the key to get people to hit more faction rep. Because do you hit one lower in the 72s, get way more faction rep, but then use rep crews? Or do you go a little bit lower? Sniper, for example, what do you use to do these anomalies on that? Hey, Quazel, thank you for resubscribing.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm just using normal hostile crew because they are available in the higher level systems. When they're available in the lower level systems only, you know, like being like 72, 73s, you know,
yeah,
I was using a rep crew for that.
Okay, and what is your rep crew, Sniper, when you do that? So you've got your Vengeance, your Max Vengeance. What is your rep crew for that?
So I use let me see. It is going to be Black Ops Chapel.
Oh! So you do the Black Ops Chapel, right? Set up with okay.
With Pelham.
Oh, Falloon. Yeah.
And Garrett.
Falloon and Garrett. Let me try and pull this back so I can show people where it is. It's already done a lot. Thank you very much. You jump back as well. And let's show them. So Falloon and Garrett. So Rachel Garrett, obviously loot bonus does count as a hostile.
I think his name is Felon.
No, Falloon. There's an accent. Falloon. Loon.
Depends what part of the world you're from, I guess.
Yeah. Falloony Woony. I call him Loony Woony. He's cool.
I would also, I noticed that Stony Dude was here. Just a really big, like, hi, Stony Dude, it's so good to see you.
I did that at the beginning of the show, and he spoke.
Well, it's so good to see you.
Oh,
Not all of us can log in at the beginning of the show.
Stony Dude, how are you doing, my friend?
Be better. Be better, KJ. Be better. If I had a chair right now and you were in front of me, I'd hit you.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds like quite an interesting. Yeah,
you can't blame KJ. His flight probably didn't land yet.
Yeah, exactly. That's true in that way. But Stony, how are
Fly
you?
faster.
Yeah, but also Stony, how are you enjoying the Galactic Anomalies? Like from an outsider's point of view, are you chasing some of them? Yeah.
I have not hit one of them. I have no idea what a galactic anomaly is. I've never seen one. I've never hit one, and I have no input to add other than, yeah, it's great to be here.
Oh my God.
Are you playing the School of KJ lately?
Oh my God! Between you two.
No, I'm playing as much as I can. Unfortunately, I'm really busy at work, so I haven't had a chance to dive into these galactic anomalies, unfortunately. So I'm kind of living vicariously through all of you.
Yeah, which is very, very nice to do so. Thank you very much, Tony. But Sniper, with that crew, are you hitting 72s then? Because I don't know, that crew is not punctual. There's no captain's ability on Black Ops and Benga. Black Ops Chapel. And those are things that are missing one. Which is really important. Right now, I'm punching 74s and with 72s with the Vengeance, running a mix of hostile rep and bonus and small given with 1500 bonus. But yes, Sniper, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously has to be adjusted based on, the balance of hitting up and hitting, more rep, right, more elite. So it really depends on, what a particular player is capable of, right? You have to kind of measure it a little bit on your own account, right, and what ships and research and whatnot that you have. But I would say, if you were to drop anyone from there, it would make sense to potentially drop out Rachel Garrett, right? Since the other two are very rep focused, which is going to work better, especially if you're using exos while you're doing the grind.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to put like a real captain there, like, whether it be like a Janeway because you want some ISO, or you put what I like to put, I like Pike, Strange New World Pike.
Yeah.
If I need a little bit more, power, right?
Yeah.
Or even potentially like a Chang, but he has some conditions to kind of trigger, so you got to keep an eye on that as well.
Yes.
But yeah, that's where I would replace it. I'd keep the two side, characters. I keep Pelham and Chapel, but just replace the captain with someone who's gonna help you punch up a little more.
Yeah, true. I mean, I'm trying these. Obviously, I've got Hull Breach below deck, and I am killing the 72s, comfortably with the rep crew. But Quazel brings up a good point into the chat. He says, not sure Rachel does a lot given the bonuses. I'd rather go for speed. Remember, if you did buy the Battle Pass, even the $20 version, you got the 200% loot gain. So I think that's really important. I'm just going to kill the Vengeance, and then we'll send it back with a better crew. But there you go. That is one way of doing so. But the problem is with Hull Breach is you're fighting against that damage of that ship, which Riker Irwin says is also a very good addition, which you should do so, and that's really important. It's very, very key to sort of do so. So that's the setup that Sniper goes for. I personally go because of all the rep bonuses and everything. I mean, Shelby's brought up a good point. He says right now in the 74s with the pre, he's now and 72s with the Vengeance, running a mix of hostile and rep and officers are kind of small given the 1500 percent bonus. So you're already getting a bonus. So maybe going with your bigger crew, like for example, remember the art of crewing, you start with your base. That's what I do. So I go, okay, I'm going to go with my base, put it in. That's my base crew. That's my setup. And now I'm trying to figure out, right, okay, do I want hull breach? No, I'll try and avoid it. Do I want any critical hits? Sure, yes, I can. I know that Chang gets critical hits already. I might go with Gorkon if I wanted a hull breach, but I don't want that. And then add further things below deck. So, for example, I might go beer just to get a bit more of things like that. And I work my way in and go, cool, well, I'm going to go hit those Galactic Anomalies again, and we'll do it as quickly as that. And that way you've got 20 minutes to do that. That's something I want to bring up. Are we sure 200% loot EXO is working? I think it is, Brian, because I did a run after initiating the EXO, and I realized that I was getting a little bit more loot than I usually did previously. Just remember, the loot gets, gobbledygooked with all the rest of stuff, which would be amazing and stuff like that, which is cool. Chang needs hull breach. Yes, very, very, very aware, Sir Dance. I will send it back, but never mind. I'll send it back, but if we can do that. Just give me a second, and I'll send it back. I'm trying to rush through all this, but since Quasels dumped me, it always makes life a lot easier. I noticed no difference with the drones. I tested it on the drones, Brian. I got about 2K more than I usually get with the drones. And that's something to just be wary of. But that's where it's critical here. For these ones, remember, you can always go to stfc.phd, which they can show you what crews and what everything you can do, and you can choose the anomaly and see how you fight against this and what you do and what your percentages are. It's a terrific, terrific place to go to figure that out, which is, I think, really, really important to see as well, which I think is cool. But what I think is really, really cool. Thank you, Stony. Thanks, buddy, for joining us on stage for as long as you could. That's amazing. And that's something that's really cool to do. So, Siridans, thank you very much for letting me know about Chang, which I think is very, very critical. So Chang needs hull breach, so I'll remove that and I'll put something a little bit more important there. MJ Hat, with these Galactic Anomalies at your level, you're a 70 still? 70, MJ Hat?
Yes, I'm on my way to 71.
Oh, fantastic. So what are you doing with these Galactic Anomalies? What is your crew setup here?
I mean, I was using Janeway's Escasutor, right? But I was also grinding the 71s because, that's what you would do. But in all reality, the timer is the big issue for me. The one system that pops around every 5 minutes, I get why it's just one system. I think it should be at least 3.
Yeah,
but that's just a me thing.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. The 5-minute anomaly, which we'll talk about after I show you this, which would be something that I just need, thinks a minor adjustment. Sniper, Shockwave, I know you've got a bit a limited time. Go ahead, Shockwave. What would you like to say, buddy? And welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to stop in for a few minutes, especially on this conversation.
Yeah.
While I'm out at the beach here. What I like to do, because of the rep crew, because of the rep EXO, and because right now there is a way to save Torres below deck, I use the temporal conduit. I take the sniper route though. I just go for pure power.
Yes.
And stay out there as long as possible. So I do SNW Pike, Suitor, Seska, and then where Torres usually is, I go walk Scotty.
Yeah, okay.
And that way it gives me a little bit more protection there. But what I do is I run temporal conduit along with it to help promote hull breach. Of course, you're up to a 15% RNG, but it's a little bit worth it, especially if it lets you stay out there a little bit longer, as opposed to just, maybe taking 2, 3, maybe 4 hits, and then you're toast, right? So because with the anomaly, you're already getting 1,500% more. You have the 100%, the 100% EXO comp for the season pass or for the battle pass, and then you can run individual exos. And then don't forget this, the transgen refinery offers you a 300% exo comp as well.
Exactly.
In the FKR for the FKR. So there's so many ways right now because they've helped us a little bit with both the anomalies as well as the loot exo. I'm finding it just as well to go full power and just stay out there as long as possible, hit as hard as possible, kill them fast, kill them quick, move on to the.
Yeah, exactly. And just to show people where that refinery is, you click on the refinery, there's transition. It's weirdly in combat. That doesn't make sense why it's in combat, but it's there. And what you do is you go to your consumables combat, and then there is your rep, FKR reputation, which gives you another 300% increase over there. And when you claim it while you have an exo in there, actually saves the exos, so you end up banking them loads. So the little trick that a lot of people would use is to put any exo thing you want. So you go to, let's say, I'll put one of the consumables for something that is super cheap, maybe a research one for the Mantis, and it uses hardly anything. So I lock that in. That goes in that research tree, and what I do is then go onto the combat. And what I do is click on that and put the FKR rep on, right? And you claim it, and you won't be able to sort of do it easily in time. And what that does is you'll see in your consumables, when you click on your Mantis research, there's all your rep. You just banks them up, right? Nice little trick to save all these, which are quite vital, which I'm sure is something that Sniper also does, right? Sniper, do you save all that rep? And that rep bonus is quite huge, right? Which I think is great.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like
Absolutely.
a multiplier, isn't it? An increased multiplier of rep, which I think is important. This is something to sort of see through. Yeah, Floyd Davino, is this the late Nigel was killed by Mord? Yeah, Mord, I don't know what Mord did, but Mord did that. I always forget there's a comeback. Yeah, thank you. So to Mr. Tony, sir, that's really important to do. And then you could save loads of them. So I would just keep saving them, leave them there, and then you can always run as many of those. And because it's a multiplier effect, it means it makes a huge difference to the loot that you have. And people like Shelby, people like Sniper, people who are trying to grind hundreds of billions of rep as much as possible to get as much as they can out of it is really cool, and they push that towards that, which I think is important to do so. So that is something that everyone should be wary of, and that's something you as well in the mid-ops should also be ready for. Floyd Davino, do you enjoy the Accession? We went through it already. I don't know if you came in late, but that's something to do, so I'd love to hear your opinions in the chat with that. But the Galactic Anomalies there. Now, Sniper, talk to me about this 5-minute one. I don't know, man. Yeah. I feel like I feel like you need one in a G7 space and you need one in a G6 space. I'm just going to throw it out there. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to have, if you want to chase it, you kind of have to have your ship already sitting out somewhere close. I mean, granted, as we were talking about in the last stream, if you're 74, you do kind of get a super highway, so it gets a little bit faster, but you're talking 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So like every second counts. So like what I'm almost thinking, if they have it spread to enough systems, you almost just want to sit in the system where you want it and wait for it to pop up. Right?
Yes.
Like that's kind of, perhaps the best actual method to do it.
Yeah, because I feel, Sniper, that it needs one in here in the margins, just one going around in a circle and doing whatever it wants, popping everywhere. And I need one in the G6 space. What gets really annoying, oh my God, look what the hell have they done here? Gee, I've never seen so many. Okay, never seen so many in my life. But, and then you'd have one and it pops in here and you're like, I don't want the 60s now. And also, yes, I like the chase. I like the idea of all of this. There are some people that really enjoy the different mechanic of it and they're enjoying the chase. There's some people who are standing with PvP crews trying to knock people out in those 5 minutes. But you can punch up quite dramatically. Like I put Grush and went up to a 75 and I Panda Pirated them. Absolutely Panda Pirated the 75s quite easily.
And that's what I was going to add. I was going to say what would be nice on those Galactic Anomalies, especially for the 73s that have the max vengeance, we can get up to a 74.
Yeah.
If there's a way to just, add a little bit of warp range to that to help get the max vengeance just to that system and that system only.
Yeah.
I think that would be just a cherry on top of that because they can do some fun stuff with that Galactic Anomaly. So maybe you click on it and it says, while this anomaly is active, your ship gains X amount of warp range just to make it to the system, and then it gives you the 400% cascade.
Yes.
That way, it truly can help you punch up because with Grush there, you're working it. It's fine, but you're also losing you know, a little bit of power on it as well.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's exactly the way to go about it.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Do you know what the funny thing is? Ram Scoop just says, what does Panda Pirated it mean? Well, Panda Pirate apparently says, no, it's not apparently, we've seen evidence that with a Max Vengeance, he can hit 75s. However, he has to have the Cerritos, the Excelsior boost, the God knows what, the everything, basically boost the living hell out of all of it. And then you call crap on that, Ram Scoop says. Well, Panda Pirate has proof. It is in our Discord. He has shown, yeah, that's true. So what Panda Pirate is saying, let me see if I can find it, because I think that would be something to showcase people. Panda Pirate says, where are you, Panda Pirate? Are you still here? He said that I did yesterday. Step 1, get a Max Vengeance. Exactly. Right. Okay. The preface is you need a Max Vengeance, but then the problem with the Max Vengeance is you can't reach the areas you need to reach. So how in the world, Sniper, can I get there? And I swear to God, if you say the word summon, I'm gonna scream. How do I get a
Summon?
How do I get my Vengeance, Max Vengeance to a 75 system? Any ideas?
Yeah, that is a great question. So I believe
yes,
if you have the quantum slipstream,
yes,
and you have the rush on it,
yes,
you can do it. The challenge is, of course, if you have Garush on it, you are taking up a precious officer slot. Which, if you're also punching up to the 75s,
yes,
makes it that much difficult. It's like trying to, go in a boxing match with Mike Tyson with one arm tied behind your back, right?
Oh God!
It's a little bit of a challenge. So this is where the summon thing does come into play, right? Because essentially how people are doing it is, you get the vengeance there, you summon, let's say, your disco, they then send your vengeance back, you give it a proper crew,
Yeah.
and then you summon the vengeance there at your disco. So it's like a kind of dual summons thing. Because realistically, as far as I know, based on my calculations, really without Garush, you can't get to the 75 systems with the vengeance. So,
it's
a problem.
Yeah, but also what's really funny what you said is, as Humble wrote it down, Grush and Quantum Stream to 75. Vengeance summons Disco. Warp Vengeance home. Recrew it. Proper Disco summon Vengeance back. But Panda Pirate says, no, you can move it to a 75 station system. That's how he does it. And then, the Veil, the Veil sort of hostiles don't count then Vengeance. Can you relocate your base 75 system within the margins? Yes, Pentagames, not within the Veil.
Correct. So if you're looking to do it to get your Veil dailies done, you're not going to be able to do it that way, right?
Yes.
If you want to perhaps do these galactic anomalies and they happen to be in a 75 system that has a housing, which is, again, not every system has housing, right? So if all the stars align and you also have none of your other ships out doing anything, right? Which is a big if, right?
Yes.
Yes, you can absolutely move your base to that system, and then the warp range is irrelevant, right? You can have your vengeance or whatever else you want to do out there. So it's really all conditional, right? If you're in the margins and you have a housing system, fantastic. If you don't have a housing system, or if you're in the Veil, then then you either have to hope you can survive with Garush taking one of your spots, or you have to have summon, and not everyone does.
No,
And
that's
for
true.
the 30 of us that have summon, here's how you do it. The disco method works, but here's how you do it. Just to be a little bit more efficient, because that disco to disco, that drives me crazy. So here's what you do: you get it up there with Grush. You summon to summon your Gorn Eviscerator, and then have your disco at the at your housing system. Then you go back, recrew, hit the rift, get back up there. That way you're fully crewed and you have auto recall back. That's how you do it a little bit more efficiently. The disco to disco thing just drives me nuts. I see people do that and I'm like, why? So, you hit that to the Gorn Eviscerator and it works just fine.
Yeah.
The eviscerator is a little more efficient, I think. Plus, it uses different juice.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely, it's a little bit more efficient. So and also too, it can help your alliance mates get up there and enjoy that rift as well. So
yeah, I mean, if you can spare a slot, you just leave the thing up there. Of course, there's people that might poke at you and kill you, but as long as you're not living in a too hostile a server, and because you're way up there, you're more likely to just be able to leave it up there.
Yeah, true.
Now
Panda Pirate, can
the
you
one
repost
thing
those
that
screenshots for me, please, Panda Pirate, in my Discord, and I'll show them. Go ahead, Shockwave Prime.
The one thing that I did want to say, I know I missed the Alliance tournament thing, but there's something on there that I want to call out because I think it's very important. People sleep on one piece of Chaos Tech, and it's time for that to be put to an end. The Chaos Tech that is moving down a class so that people can access it earlier tomorrow, the Temporal Conduit. If you don't have that, it is actually a key for G7. So make sure that you get that because it does allow it essentially gives you an extra below deck spot by replacing Torres. And yes, I get it. It's not 100%. I get it. Neither is the burning poster for the Eviscerator that's supposed to attach to the Eviscerator.
Yeah.
These things do go up to 85% promotion. So you get 85% proc on it, but it's worth it because at the same time, you are saving that below deck spot. So you can add that extra offensive or defensive officer to tailor to your gameplay style. So that's just something I want to point out. It's moving, I think, down to Adept class tomorrow. I could be wrong, but I think it's moving to Adept class. So if your alliance is as low as Adept now, you can get that. I would 1,000% start investing in the time replays to get
but also Shockwave with the Ascension tree, it gives you a full unlock of the Temporal Conduit for free. If you work your way to the end.
There you go.
So it does do that as well.
Yeah, full unlock.
Yeah,
for those people that just want to start working on it sooner than later. Yeah.
The other thing is if you 2-ship grind, it gives you another, right? So even let's say if Torres is on another ship, activating hull breach for that purpose, having that on a second ship helps get you that hull breach. If you're trying to 2-ship.
Sorry, just to correct, it's half unlock, not a full unlock. Sorry, this is not turning out to be a good day.
Yeah, so there you go. So you can get the half unlock and then get the rest through the Alliance tournament store. But once again, the point cannot be understated. It is absolutely a crucial piece of Chaos Tech as you move into late G6 and into early G7, especially when you have limited spots on your Vengeance. It allows you to promote hull breach sooner, and you don't have to worry about putting Torres below. You can go Kim, you can go Neelix, and you can go Walk Carol.
Yeah.
And that helps you punch up, protect yourself, and stay out there.
Yeah,
so
but
once again, go for that Temporal Conduit.
Yeah, but also it's also claimable in the Quantum refinery as well, which is free as well to claim it here. The reference sales charge. So there's loads of places to get it, and that's amazing. So what Panda Pirate says is you go to a system and you house yourself here. So in other words, what you do is what we've done just now, which is managed to find a 75 system, right? And we did that. So I'm just going to put my disco pass. I'm wasting all this juice for you guys to show you. So then you can go here. The reason I'm leaving this is I want to show you another quality of life update they did. I'm hoping that will multiple wins are coming, and we'll show you what else they've actually added into the game. Thanks, Sherlock Holmes, for the streak. You're better having Burning Chaos Tech and Taurus below. Okay, no, thank you very much, JKUK. That's really cool. Let me show people what you can do here. As soon as you get here, there's a little trick you can do. So there's another trick you can do, which is the NX01. Once you've been to a system that has housing, you can look into it using the ability, and you just click on this and you relocate the base like this, right? So I've relocated the base now to a 75 system, and it's just there. There you go. And now I can recrew the Vengeance. So what Panda Pirate says we've got to do, which I haven't seen yet, Panda Pirate, so I assume you have screenshots elsewhere of this. Oh, no, he put it somewhere else. Panda Pirate put it somewhere else. Yeah, there it is. So Panda Pirate says that I've got to crew it with... he's gone Chang, the official crewing setup. So we go back to our basic crew, which is fantastic. So we go Chang, right? So we do that. that setup. And then he added Black Ops and Benga. I have no idea why. That's a good thing. Removes hull breach. So sorry, removes yep, Black Ops. So this is what Panda Pirate is showcasing to everybody here. And then I'm gonna go, so no burning, and he wants to put Savik in there for, oh right, so he's risking not having the amount of stuff in there. That's his 75, right? You can change Black Ops and Benga to Kim. Okay. Do you recommend that? So you recommend Kim. There you go. We'll show you the Panda Pirate setup. Right? There you go. That's the setup there, Panda Pirate, which is really good. Then you say, Panda Pirate, is you want me with my Max Vengeance. McCoy can be changed to Naga. Okay. No problem. McCoy to Naga. There you go. That's done there. Does that look good to you, Panda Pirate? And then we can try this little tactic of yours. Just remember, I probably don't have as good enough research as you, Panda Pirate. Just be aware. But we'll give it a go. You need to put the Emorion Post CT. Okay, where is that? This one. Which fighting Armando's hostiles give each round a chance of burning applied for 2. Increases isolated... no, that's the Gordon Facilitator. So this one, right? Yep. Iranian Execution Post. Gonna press swap. Yep, for burning. Great. So I put it in there. I've got the Quantum Slipstream here. I just want to show people this. It's fascinating if this works. Right? So you want us to do that, Panda Pirate, and you're happy with this crew setup as we speak. Almost everyone's max except Walk Carol. No Neelix needed this way. I see. That's why Neelix is off there, and you have Nigelrovers. So we do this. Then, as Panda Pirate says, you need a Cerritos boost. So let's choose the Cerritos. Again, how amazing is this feature where you just buy Cerritos? And there it is, really quickly. Right, so I'm going to Cerritos boost my ship. So out it goes, Cerritos boost. There you go. Right, Panda Pirate to do that. And then what else, Panda Pirate? And then you would like the Excelsior. So let's go to Excelsior, open that in, do that. An Excelsior buff. And what I'm going to do, Panda, just to make sure that it all works properly, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to throw the Titan boost as well, just for safety, just for my own sanity, that I can at least give it a good old-fashioned Nigel try. So I'm going to Titan boost myself with Max Fort. And that'll be the one that sort of I'll aim for. So I'll click here. So there you go. Super boost. Hope you've been working on your PV Excelsior buffs. Yeah, I have. To my level. Remember, Panda Pirate, I'm more free to play than you are. So we'll see how that goes. And Panda, I can even give you this. Yeah, throwing on the Lorca damage buff. Done. Hitting with the... I'm hitting, here we go. Panda Pirate with his suggestion saying, this is the acceptable way to do your dailies. Okay, well, I've defeated one. Oh my god, I took no damage. No. No, this can't be real. Can it? Oh my god, everyone on the stage, are you watching this? This is... Wait, what? I mean, I do need the Lorca thingy. Got 30 seconds left of that, and I've done my combat training thanks to you. There's no way this works. Panda Pirate, I'm not going to say the words. Shockwave, do you want to say the words, or shall I say the words? Wait, yeah, but Panda Pirate, this is not an acceptable way of doing this. Bearing in mind, I'm nowhere near as strong as you. So this is fascinating for me. To do that. That is absolutely incredible. And ladies and gentlemen, Panda Pirate does want the Community Legend badge. So what we'll do is, I'll tell you what, if we can raise, I will make a custom-made Panda Pirate Community Legend badge that he can wear that's a communicator, if we can raise some money for it.
Plan.
Yeah, what is your plan?
As soon as the match bell rings.
Yes?
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes?
You will punch Corey straight in the groin.
Yes, straight in the groin. That's what Panda Pirates. Show us that crew again. I will do, Dina Day. That is Panda Pirates crew suggestion, which I will do. Just let me die from here. Nerves of Steel. Yeah, pointing up at that. Don't worry. That is sensational. You do need to boost it, right? I'm pretty sure, even without Lorca's Fist, I'm doing incredibly well with that one, which is smashing, and all these microscapes has been redeemed. So the crew is, so you're aware, look at that animation. Do you know why they put that animation? So it delays this, which I think is quite interesting. That crew is this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the crew that Panda Pirate suggested. Remember, you should use the CT. So that's the crew. And you need, critically, to have the excavation post CT on as well, which I think is important to do. So this is the crew for Panda Pirate. Screenshot it now. Yeah, the CT helps you, and then this CT as well. You need this. With your quantum slipstream, you can hit 75s, and I hit... We'll have a look at the maths. I didn't look at it carefully. Remember, I used Lorca's Fist. That's the crew everyone in G7 uses. Ram Scoop, don't take the credit away from him. But below deck, I don't have this set up. Okay, so the Humble Sea, the Iranian crew is for burning, is to initiate burning. That's the reason. And that is the reason that Panda Pirate says is why it's critical to do so. We are in ads at the moment, so if the people unsubscribe, they won't be seeing this. But that is a great suggestion by Panda Pirates to do so. And with that, it led to... Let me show people that are in there before we come out of ads to the rest of them. We killed quite a few, I've got to say. I'm actually pretty impressed. I mean, there you go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. And I bet you we can perfect it and get it better. I have moved away from the Godsend, either Iranian or Tempered Conduit, then remove the Voyager below deck officer. Can you kill 175s without buffs? Sure, I can try it now for you. Do you want me to try it for you? There you go. This is me coming out, and I will go with the battle triangle. So here we go. This is 175 without buffs and nothing at all, just so you can see the levels. And yes, I can. But I probably would take a lot more damage. It's not too bad. You do need a Cerritos buff, with people have loads of Cerritos buffs. Do you know what I mean? And that's why Panda Pirate says this only works really well with the Excelsior buff and Cerritos buff, which you have loads of. So we all have million Cerritos buffs now and Excelsior buffs, which are really good because we do our Excelsior dailies. So it is not a bad tactic to use if you wish to do something like this. So let me put the Cerritos and Excelsior and show you the difference. I think everything's reset in time, and I'll show you that amazing difference between the two when you do so. So I'll pull the Cerritos, let's repair this, and we'll have a look. And and that's really good. We're back from ads. The Titan obviously is one step further than Panda Pirate. I'm not as strong as him, but this is a good thing. There's a minute 30 seconds left on this, but I'll show you with just the Cerritos what happens. Let's see if we can just do it with just Cerritos going, with the battle triangle, just to see how that works. And we'll see the difference between the one and previous. Oh, wow. I didn't even defeat one. Okay, that's a bit weird. Panda Pirate, we need to have a look at that, why that didn't happen. The Cerritos made it worse, oddly. Sharing strategies, exactly. Thank you very much. But that gives you guys an idea. Panda Pirate suggests you boost it with both. You have the CT, which is the Iranian. I probably got an RNG unlucky one on that one. And that's the purpose of sharing strategy. So there you go, guys. That's the tactic that you can use. Here is your crew setup that Panda Pirate recommends. You can, of course, if you're willing to take more, and that's really kind. You do need more isolatic damage, which I think is great, and that's the crew a lot of people are looking for. Yeah, the Vengeance is a very, very good ship. I think it's a ship that bridges everything. Like, you always need a bridge ship, and I think that is really important for people to realize, and that is really cool. Thanks, Shockwave Prime, for that one. Sorry, people, if I missed you in the Discord chat. I was just focusing really high onto the game, but that gives you an idea of how good that crew is. And we can try putting a Neelix back and remove Naga. Yeah, you can do that. You can even do things like Neelix and add and remove Naga if you're willing to take the heavy repair costs. That means this is not needed, and maybe you put the Godsend in instead. right? And I wonder if that makes a better difference. So here I can show you killing one without that. So let's go with against the battleship. So it just shows you with that. And that is, ooh, very, very close. That is not as good. That doesn't even kill one. So that's what I used to have previously. So Panda Pirate has already changed the game for me, which I think is fantastic. So Halo and them, that's amazing. Panda Pirate does believe, though, Sniper and Simon Says and a few others, controversially, that you can now skip the 73 uncommon. Simon Says, you want to pop in with any thoughts regarding that? Or Sniper? Can you skip the 73 uncommon? Simon Says, go ahead.
Sure, I'll pop in. I think long term, probably not. It is a stopgap measure to help out. My 73 uncommon, I don't have the range on it yet to get into the 75 systems to do killing.
Yeah.
But playing juggling with the disco or the eviscerator, I could get the Vengeance out there, and with a full suite of lower decks, that's far more survivable than my uncommon is right now.
Yeah.
So it's a stopgap measure, but me personally, I always try and make sure that I can kill the next, my current tier +2 before I go up.
Yeah.
So I'm 73 right now. Always want to make sure I can routinely kill 75s before I go to 74.
Agreed.
So before I go to 76, I would need to make sure I'm killing 77s, and I don't think I can do that with the Vengeance. So I think I'd still need to get the 73 eventually.
Yes.
But it gives me some time, and I'm going to be playing with that this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's amazing as well. Congratulations on that one. Shelby says, I don't think you can do that right now. You have no shot at killing 76s. Also, Ferry says, depending on how much pain you want and things you want to skip. Humble sees Athena high tier has instant warp range to get to the system to relocate. Yeah, I do have the 73 uncommon, and at tier 4, it's still useless, Halo says. So I think it's tier 5 to tier 7 when it gets kind of good. Panda Pirate is, the purpose is to save money and materials to put towards the 76 rare FKR ships. Now, if you're willing to go through the pain, it's a big pain, isn't it? My God. I mean, I'm quite impressed you can do the 75, but Sniper, is it doable?
I mean, it is doable. Like, meaning, do you absolutely have to have the 73 uncommon to get to 76? I don't think so in today's game, especially if you have a good amount of research. And, of course, there's always more power creep that's going to come as well, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, as we were saying, like there is pain that you have to go through, right? Like for instance, like let's say you did go to Op 75, right? And you have to kill 50 75s on a daily basis just to be able to do your full dailies in the Veil, right? Not in the margins.
Yes.
So that means you'd have to do all this. You'd either have to have a teammate or your own a Gorn Eviscerator out there and hope nobody kills it, and get out there and get buffed and maybe do 2 or 3 holes or even more to get all 50. Or you could just say, I'm going to skip doing my dailies until I power my way to 76 and get the 76 ship, So there's a lot of different ways to think about it. It is definitely possible, right? Especially now that you can kill 75, so you can go to Op 75 if you want, or at least go to Op 74, and then just save up your materials and do like a one-shot zoom all the way to, 76 shipyard. I think the problem is you got to be willing to either wait a long time and stay at either Op 73 or Op 74, or maybe Op 75, and just save up your materials and do a big jump.
Yes.
But you also have to keep in mind, even just building the shipyard 76, because just going up 76 is not going to do anything. That's going to make it worse.
Yes.
Because now your dailies, and not only your dailies, but all your events are going to get harder.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be very difficult to do without the 73 uncommon.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Like for me, after looking at this Sniper, I definitely wouldn't skip the 73 uncommon because, yes, it's a good idea by Panda. It might be a strategy to look at. but it's something that for me is I'm like, nah, I want my 73 uncommon, which I think is important. The strat becomes much better if you're willing to invest the rare materials in surge research. Of course, that's another thing.
Yeah, but even the surge research is not really going to be enough to get your vengeance to the point where it can, you know, easily do what you do. For instance, like right now, I can on a now. Granted, my 73 uncommon is tier 9, right?
Yes.
But I can on a single hull do all 50 uh, 75s that I need to do for dailies, right? Like I could do that on a single hull with no special warp tricks or no buffing whatsoever. I don't need a Cerritos buff. I don't need a Titan buff. I don't need Lorca's Fist. I need nothing. I just crew up, hit warp, and go kill all the 75s I need for dailies because I have the 73 uncommon.
Yeah.
And I have it at tier 9. Now, is it cheap to get it there? Absolutely not.
No.
But if you do get it there, uh, you know, it's so much easier. So yeah, it really depends on how much pain you want to endure, how quickly you're able to get from, let's say, 75 all the way to shipyard 76.
Yes.
And then even then, you have to remember every ship when it starts off at tier 1 is
it's
not going to
awful.
be great,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because you also have only one below deck slot to start off with, right? If you get it to level 5.
Yes.
So you would need to functionally save up, and I think Shelby's doing this, by the way, too, a little bit. I know he has huge stockpiles.
Yeah.
You need to save up not only to get to Op 76, you need to save up enough to get to Shipyard 76, and then you need to save up enough to probably get to like tier 4 or tier 5 of the rare, so you can have enough below deck slots to make it meaningful, at least for
Yes.
PvE, right? Because I think that's usually where most of the ships start becoming okay, is around like tier 4, tier 5.
Yeah, exactly. And Jim PI says this is still a high spender strategy though, until the vengeance summon has other sourcing. Correct. Yeah, exactly. That is really important to see. Zedacron, you've jumped on. I forgot to give you last time. Go ahead, buddy. Zedacron, what'd you like to say?
Something that's not being mentioned during all this too is trying to skip the 73 uncommon. Yeah, I'm not 72 talking about future strategies, so take whatever I say as a grain of salt.
Yeah.
One of my alliance members went to 74 and found out really quickly that his Conqueror Borg Armada solo task in the Maverick store, the point values changed.
Okay.
So killing 72s to get 50 points is no longer an option for him. He has to jump up to the next level. So if you're going to skip ships, think about you essentially hindering yourself with a very powerful faction store.
Yes. Exactly, and that's really important, and that's very well brought up. Megan Rayleigh and Halo agree with you, and then Humble C says, yeah, at Op 74, you need to kill 75 Borg Conqueror Armada at max events with 7 starts a week, and that is important stuff to be wary of. So it's a strategy. We always like to show different strategies, and that's nothing wrong with that. What I'll do is I'm just going to show you guys very quickly before we move on to anything else, is that this is another quality of life update that they've done. So when you click on the winners thing, you now have multiple. You have next and done. So you can just click on next and you can claim them all. And I like this idea because you can click on it next saying, okay, yeah, and I claim this one on my next one. And then what else have I got my one after? Great, thank you very much. And you can press collect, which I think is a very good quality of life update for that one, which I think is really cool. I was waiting for that one to keep going. But thanks for Panda Pirate for showing us that tactic. It is doable, and that could be interesting. I want to finish off a little bit because Incursions is coming up, Alliance Tournament is coming up. The Alliance Tournament tasks, have a look at them. We'll have a discussion of them once we see them, and we'll have a discussion on Sunday. We're going to go in-depth into the RA'Ul Reaver on Sunday, because after Incursions, I think everyone should try Incursions before anything. But opening thoughts right now on how you guys have experienced it, Sniper, the RA'Ul Reaver, for you with the refinery, what do you think so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think the refinery is pretty good. I definitely like the fact that they have it that the costs do not go up to do the refine as the refines go up. So you get more, so as you get higher tiers, you get more for the same cost, right? And this is important because it actually is using your regular resources, right? So if they were to like make those more as you go up, you're going to burn through your resources very fast, right? Because even now the costs are, not terrible, but they're a little on the high side, right? So, you can imagine if, you're spending 5 trillion crit for a full pull, if that went up with every level and, by the time you get to level 6, level 10, you're doing like 50 trillion crit a pull, like, you'd burn through it. I mean, some people have quadrillions, right? So
Yes.
probably not too worried about it, but I think the refinery is okay, right? It's definitely gives you more of the stuff that you need, right? Which I think we all want, right? We all want more Sigma.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm good with the refinery. For the most part, uh, the actual ship ability,
Mm-hmm.
I think this is what we asked for, right? We asked for, hey, we want to get right to the Sigma, even if
Yes.
it's a little bit at first. Uh, so I like that ability. I like the fact that we can actually do it. I mean, right now that we're on the kind of lower tiers, the numbers seem kind of low, right? And especially the ratios, which I know they're looking at, right?
Yes.
Because we all want more Sigma Trit, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely. Yeah.
Sigma Steel is fine, but we want more Sigma Trit. And no one, of course, cares about Sigma Dill, but we all want as much Sigma Trit as we can get. So I think having that those ratios looked at a little bit would be useful. But as I said last time, I think the challenge is going to be for us upper level players
Yeah.
is we're probably not going to see the level of resources that are really meaningful to us until we get the ship to probably those higher tiers like tier 11, tier 10, tier 11, tier 12. Um, and or we hit like a massive size base, somebody who has, hundreds of millions of Sigma Trit, let's say. Uh, so if you find, uh, right now we'll see with incursions, right? We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And I know people say, okay, well, incursions still, the ship's gonna still work the same way, but yeah, you might find some bigger bases that are bigger than the ones available on your server, right?
Yeah.
There might be some whale on the other server who leaves their shield down, right? And you can maybe get in there and get some good resources. That's of course what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, no,
So
100%. And I think the refinery is what you get the ship for, right? Basically, what
oh
you're
yeah,
what you're pulling right now, you're getting a bit more for less. So you can use less normal resources to pull better Sigma resources. So I think that is a really, really like vital thing to make people aware. And then at tier 1, that's all you need. That's what it'll do. Incursions wise, the reason I say people wait for incursions because I think you need to find that fat base. Like that happens once every so incursions where someone falls asleep and someone goes attack it and you really try the Sigma. But also bear in mind, you now realize that it's even more important to have normal resources to fuel the refinery.
yes.
That's the big part, isn't it? Because Sniper, you can't keep it going forever, right? That's the thing. You need the normal
That's
resources.
exactly right. You want to feed it at its max pull, right? That's where you're gonna get the most bang for your buck, but
Yes.
because it does have a cooldown, right? So, I think it does create an interesting strategy, right? Hey, do I want to go in with the Reaver right away and start getting little bits of Sigma, or do I want to go in there because maybe I'm running lower on regular resources and I want to, re-up my regular resources to a certain level so that I'm ensuring that I'm always going to be able to do the max pulls or feed my pulls for another 30 days, right, to the next incursion, right? So I think there is a strategy to it, and
Yes.
it's an interesting thing because if you only care about the refinery, then you're still going to want to raid because you're going to want to be able to feed that refinery
Yeah.
with all the regular RSS. And so your amalgam then still going to be able to pull all that regular RSS, and you could just feed the refinery, and you don't even have to worry about using it as a rating.
Exactly.
On the other hand,
yeah.
you get the option.
Yeah, and that option, and you realize if you don't use the amalgam, like you're gonna run out very, very quickly, like very quickly. So this incursions, you should alternate between them or focus on the amalgam to raid as many of the resources if you don't want to use the ship until it's at a higher tier. So it might be the strategy is use the amalgam, you've got the refinery up, fuel the refinery in a very important way. That's really cool, which makes the lower players also now realizing, wow, we need to fuel this up in a very good way. Yes, Mufasa, come on in, buddy.
So I want to make a comment about the RA'Ul Reaver. I understand I'm not G6 or G7 right now, so it doesn't really apply to me that much. But also understand with the cost of the refinery being what it is,
yes,
eventually we're going to get to a point where the regular RSS walls that we have will vanish.
Yes. Because everyone's getting tokens.
Okay. Exactly. It was converted into tokens. So those RSS walls are going down, which means regular RSS in general will start becoming more scarce over time as well.
That is, something to be vital on. Unless in the refinery they adjust it and they give you tokens and RS as well, which would, I think, make it more fairer. So one of the updates we'd probably suggest, if any official CCs are listening, is that we would like, normal RS as well as tokens to then keep most bases fueled so that people can still go and get those things. If you're G5 player, the Epic Gas is also a launch day pass. Yeah, absolutely agree. I like the 3 primes and launch day plus the regular battle pass. Real value at $120 is what a Studio a DME said. That's true. But Studio, the thing that we're going to get to is incursions now is going to be vital for you to stock up on those resources. So if I were you this Saturday, if you have time for 12 hours, I would raid your living butt off because you want to make sure you absolutely get everything as part of that ship. Simon, out of interest, you got the ship, the RA'Ul Reaver. Thoughts on it initially, and have you played around with it anyway? I know Humble's played with an idea of it, and he's told us something quite interesting, but what are your thoughts?
Well, I do have the ship, yes. I have the ship, and it is tier 8. And I have not gotten a chance to use it. Scheduling or what have you, I know there's been a couple of raids that I've missed out on, but I have not gotten a chance to play in the sandbox with my new toy, so everything I've got is still theoretical.
But is the refinery good? Is the refinery good? That at least you've got that.
I like the refinery.
Okay.
I don't know what I was expecting because there was a lot of talk about what it could be, what it should be, what it might be.
Yes.
A lot of hopes and dreams, and my experience has been to just not try to get my hopes up too much.
Yeah.
Because too often things go sideways around here.
Yes.
Well, not here, but
yes,
in STFC.
Yes.
So I do like the take on it. I, with every tier up that I did on the Reaver, I went in and did my obligatory refine. So I got tokens at every tier, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, all the way up to tier 8.
Yeah.
There does seem to be a lot of parts. I'm glad that seems to be better than it was going to be, according to reports.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of echoing what's already been said, there is the concern that, well, maybe not that big of a concern, the concern that we are going to eventually run out of regular tritanium as it's all converted into Sigma.
Yeah.
Well, tritanium, parsteel, dilithium. I don't know that that's going to happen.
Okay. Interesting.
I know I'm kind of small as far as what I've got in G7, as far as the tier 1. The standard parsteel, tritanium, dilithium, I'm sitting at over 10 quadrillion parsteel, 3 quadrillion tritanium. It's going to take me forever to refine that. So it's still going to be out there. It's just going to be a matter of who's holding it.
Yeah.
And it will probably very quickly end up being some of the biggest players on the server holding it, or the players who have learned how to shield and are diligent about their shield discipline and do not ever get raided, period. Those are going to be the guys that are holding on to all the regular stuff, but it'll still be out there to be found.
Yes.
And as long as we still get it for event rewards, mission rewards, things like that, I think there'll still be plenty in circulation.
Yeah.
Because people have a tendency to not want to spend tokens. Those are always the rainy day funds. Even for someone like you who plays paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're using the words that I use now. My bloody paycheck to paycheck.
I am, yes.
But I like it. Like, I know that I haven't got as many tokens as a lot of people do. But am I worried about a lot of stuff? Not really. I just think that people are worrying. Hey, yo, how you doing? Wicked. But it's important to people to realize that, okay, the ship, maybe the raiding aspect is not its key feature. It has actually a lot to say about the refinery. And I think the refinery, just the progression update. You know how we got the USS Revenant and it gave us that little boost that we've always wanted with resources? This is what I feel it does.
That.
Yeah, it gives us a little bit. Is it enough? No, it's better. It's not quite, perfect or whatever the things that I don't know what we're looking for, and that's the key. The refinery is the sale to it. I think the ship as well, they have to have an ability to upgrade it, right? That's the thing what a lot of people don't realize. They have to have the ability to upgrade it. So the Amalgam, when it first... Yeah, I am cursed. But the Amalgam, when it first came out, always had progression. We end up with Baitor as an officer, right? And it gave you an extra boost in how it pulls. We end up with FC Sloan, who's got the ability to improve its stuff. Also, officers affect it. So, just so everyone's aware, yeah. So sorry, I'll just tell this really critically. Sorry, I'll just get critically this information. The RA'Ul Reaver, no officer, nothing in the game affects the RA'Ul Reaver in any way except impulse speed. So impulse speed is a crew, which is E. Riker, Curzon, and SNW Una is your setup. No cargo officer will improve its cargo. No CT or FT will improve anything that you want from it. No, nothing makes it any better or improves its ability. Only impulse speed. Yes, Simon. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say the tech also works on the Amalgam, but doesn't work. There's no tech yet.
Yes.
For the Reaver, so we've got lots of options to go with it.
Yeah.
I did like that the efficiency on that refinery increases. It's not that it says, hey, we need more of your resources. It just gets better at refining the same amount of resources.
And that's a huge difference. And that's a lot of people don't realize. They think, okay, but the chest bundles don't get worse. How many times have you upgraded and you went, oh no, my chest is like 10 times the amount it was previously. Why did I even do this? This is a pain. Sort of thing. And that's now gone. So I think that's a very, very important aspect that people haven't realized about the RA'Ul Reaver as well. And I think that's a very good thing. It's a very clever mechanic to do it. So in other words, people are like, okay, I still spend the same amount, so I'm not looking for more stuff to try and open a chest. And that's the way it's done. It is designed with intention, Brian, so that it can be progressed further. They're never going to give you something that's absolutely outstanding day one, even at max. They want to have space to upgrade it, right? You want to have space to add a bit of, a percentage of this, or a loot bonus of that, or a resource pulling of this, and so on and so forth. But the key thing is, for incursions, is the Amalgam is your hero still. So unless you find a base that's got so much Sigma, it's nuts to do so. There is a tool out there, by the way, that I've seen, which gives you about 90%-ish of the tool. If you do join our Discord, it's in the incursions tools section, and it's dataflash.space. It's a fantastic tool that I have seen that's done wonders for how it pulls, and I will try and show you that on the screen, which is here. Just have a look at it. This is the tool that there is there. It's the raid calculator. It's absolutely superb on how it sort of works. There it is, the raid calculator there, and it's really cool because that raid calculator shows you that you can choose the RA'Ul Reaver, or you can choose the Amalgam. You can choose the amount of resources in a base. You put the resources, you push the button, and it tells you how many trips you need to make to get the amount of loot you're looking for with the RA'Ul Reaver or the Amalgam. It's about 90% accurate to RA'Ul Reaver because they're still changing the ratios. It's currently 10 to 2 to 1, but the maths doesn't math very well. Is it green? It is green as well. I don't know who made this. I'm trying to find the person who made it. Data Flash. If anyone knows who he is or who they are, please tell them that I would love to promote them in every way possible, because I think this is a terrific calculator for learning how to do it. There's an Amalgam section and there's a RA'Ul Reaver section as well, which I think is absolutely terrific there. So I will put the link into the chat so that you guys can go and have a look yourself. It's something for you to sort of check and do so, but it's yet another fantastic tool which is available for you guys to have a look at. Whoever's designed this is a really good person in what they've done, because I think that is really difficult to do, and it's beautifully done in every way. So it gives another tool for those things. Don't worry, probably QoL will probably make a version of it by then, knowing what that's like. But the important thing to be wary of is at least that there are some tools out there to do so. So after incursions, we will do a test on the ship. I do not, Nigel, not Kuron for base rating. Use BorQ. Kuron is better after hit speed. BorQ is off launch impulse speed. Thank you very much, Omega Prime. That is a good suggestion. So Kuron, so rather than Kuron, use BorQ. So in other words, your setup would be a Riker, Riker as captain, with BorQ on the left and SNW Una on the right. So don't miss out on that one. That's an important raiding mechanic and something to do so. Remember, nothing else affects this except that and that alone. It feels like making a ship that no officer CR6 FT purchase works with. Definitely feels like they're not punishing progression. I think you can field refining. McDougall says, I believe the Reaver is better than the Amalgam on release for both because of the Reaver's refinery. The sticker shock is just the amount of raidable resources. Both ships are percentage based, exactly, which is important. Beach says, a bit later in the chat since I've been rep earlier. Yes, we already said all this, all the reps and all that sort of stuff that people do though with the old rep payouts all work really well towards that rep bonus in there. I'm not going to go back. I'm really sorry, but I have brought that up. I showed them the transition refinery and everything to do so. The truth is you aren't finding bases with quads of Sigma. The increased conversion ratio is real reason anyone would want to be an early adopter. Exactly, Chris Pike, and that's one of the main reasons where people go so. And also it shows that the lower level players are now going to be essential to helping you find that really fat old resources base. Beached, well, you do this every single time. Let me read his whole message. A bit later in the chat, I have been busy at work, Beached Whale, but you all are talking about the rep earlier. Correct. With the Exo and Transigen being on a weekly cooldown and the lack of other exocomps due to archiving, can we get that cooldown changed to 2 or 3 days, or them increase the old rep exocomp payouts? We can ask the question, but I have shown people where that transition exocomp is and how you can save them, and you save a bundle of them so you can use them at a concurrent constant rate after that. There you go. There you go. That's answered that question. And back to this is the focus is in incursions. Well, let's do an incursions run with this. Use the ship. We'll get loads of details, and then Shockwave Prime will be showcasing it, and anyone else will be showcasing it later on with that one as well. So that's been the main aspect of what we're trying to get to do with the stream. We will talk about the ship in a very important way when it comes to regards to how it works, because from having those facts, because I don't feel anyone's finding big enough bases for it to be currently a problem or something to look forward to. I want to see it in real world life. Oh my God, we've changed points. Also, it also depends, guys, right, Simon? What are the points going to be on scoring for incursions for Sigma? Yeah, yes, crazy. You can save those. I've shown you earlier in the stream how to do so in the transition. You go and all right. This is not turning into a very good place. Needs some more Sigma trait. I absolutely agree. The thing to be wary of is you claim any consumable bundle that's cheap, like a Manton's efficiency. You claim the rep bonus. What ends up happening is it doesn't override the previous one. It just saves it into the same section where the exocomp is. That's how you do it. I didn't want to reload the game because I've just shut the game down to try and move on. Wondered about that too. Sigma sourcing for incursion. The scoring and Mecha Dave, it all depends on the scoring and how much there is, which would be very, very good. Lumzinga, I wonder if there will end up being anyone that forgets the shield. Maybe STFC will have to... I can't read that out, Retro Fury. I know what happened earlier. I can't comment on that. Just curious thinking, maybe the ship will get a bonus for raiding. Oh, yeah, Cyrodians. I mean, if you want to encourage people to score heavily in incursions, you put a scoring mechanic that encourages people to raid Sigma really heavily for it to be useful. And I think that will be a much important way to sort of do that. So that'll be amazing to do so. Right. I hope everyone with that. Any last questions that we've got before we move on and do other things as well? That would be amazing. That will be cool. There's I understand the people that are coming into the chat. I know people are trying to rattle me today. So well done. You have achieved your goal. Because I haven't got Colby today, and this always does that. No. It's not an issue, Retro Furies. I don't know what people in whatever Scopely or bases or whatever it is that happen do. Do you know what I mean? Like, anyone wants to accept rescue, let me know. Yes. It's important for you guys to just be wary and see where we go with these incursions. I would love to move on, but wouldn't punish the server that didn't buy the Reaver. The White family, we don't know what the scoring is. Mufasa, that's not a good sentence to say to me. All right? Okay, guys, I'm going to move on to marbles. It seems like this might be the last. So here we go, guys. If we can get yourself into Twitch.
Hey. You all right?
And we're about to do the marbles race, and we'll start giving away some stuff. KJ, are you here? You're usually here on the stage. I'm trying to do stuff, and let's see if KJ can actually win something this time. Yeah, remember, exclamation point to KJ. Exclamation point play to win a merchandise from stfcbriefings.com. You'll win a mug from stfcbriefings.com. Exclamation point play, let's go. It's been a good stream. We've talked about loads of different things. We keep it going. You can put exclamation point play and a space and choose any of these beautiful balls on the left-hand side. Loads of balls of stuff. I have initiated the marbles claim as well, so if you stay here long enough, you will get stuff. And if we get the hype train, this is the last day. No one has...
Go KJ. Go KJ.
No one has donated anything to charity except a few people did. Someone did 50 quid, someone did 3 quid. So if anyone's up for exclamation point tip or donations, please do it. Thank you, Chris Spike, for kicking us off with 10 gifted, and Retro Fury with 200 to pre-prep the race, which means KJ has no chance of winning. Jules Verne is here. Jules Verne's been lurking in secret. Jules Verne, I would have loved your help in some way, but thank you very much for seeing that. Exclamation point play. Engage. Here we go. Sarah Dance, get yourself them. Exclamation point play. If KJ wins, let him get a mug and a plain one. Yes, a plain mug with no graphics on it at all. 3D printed. Oh, by the way, banditsprintend.com has got this unbelievable comic book coming outy thing, a Batman one. It is.
It's a 3D comic book poster of Batman Absolute One.
Oh, it is terrific. Like, my God. Like, it is. You have to go see it. Banditsprintend.com. I'm going to put the link in the chat. You've got to go see it. And
you got to use the direct link because it's a hidden product.
Of course. KJ, can you give me the direct link on Discord, and I'll just post it in. Yes, that direct link, you have to see this. It is like, wow. Like, wow. It is mind-blowing. Exclamation point play. Here we go. I'm going to press start while KJ does this, and we'll see whether KJ can win the race. Let's keep it going. We're level 4 hype train with 2k bits and 4 subs to get us there. Posture check, Bernardo, thank you very much. I am posture checking myself. I'm trying to sit like Jules Verne, which is hunched over going, cookies, so much fun.
So I sent that to you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Anybody that's familiar, it's a 12 by 18 inch poster.
Yeah.
So it's 4 3D printed plates put together. and
yes,
it's printed in 30 different plates, and there's only 4 left for shipping by the end of the month.
Oh, wow, amazing. 4 left, so don't miss out on it. Forgotten Sec is in the lead. Pumpkinhead, thank you for your 100 bits. Q-Dog be looking. 100 bits by Megan Rayleigh. Let me thank people. 200 bits by Retro Fury. Got boosted everywhere. Q-Dog be looking. Humble C got thrusted. Oh, God, you've enjoyed a bit of that, didn't you, Humble C? You got a bit of a thrust going on. Evil XP, who always seems to be winning things, is way ahead. And all that going off. And the race continues. Crocus Maximus is blasting his way through. KJ, oh, you DM'd me the link. Fantastic. I'll put that link onto Twitch and we'll see how that goes. I will put this, so if anyone wants to read it, it will be pinned at the top of the Twitch as the race continues. Mad Hatter is taking a huge lead. He's working his way ahead of everybody. He's trying to get there. So it's something that's really important to get there. There you go. The link's at top of the Twitch chat. But people are taking the lead. Crocus Maximus, you are in the lead, though, and you're working your way through. The roundabout's a little bit difficult to get past. It is tricky. It's not an easy roundabout to get close, and there's an exploding bomb, which you missed, and you missed a hole as well. Crocus Maximus, down through Pebble Alley, and as Jules Verne says in Chicago, down Snicket, because Jules has said that, right? You say, Jules, you use the word Snicket, right? You used the word Snicket in Chicago. Crocus, Maximus in the lead. Crazy's right behind him. Crazy's got a chance to do something really major here. Crazy's gone way ahead. Crazy's trying to work his way through Peg Alley. And that is not something that people enjoy every single night. They only enjoy it some nights, and here we go. Throws another set of pegs. And they're working through the roundabout to the last thing. You need a bit of pace to do this, though. Crocus Maximus, you need a bit of pace. E11E's right behind him. Crocus Maximus got in there. 100 bits by Top Gunner trying to get a steps. Crocus Maximus, you missed. E11E missed. Crazy's gonna win. Crazy. The hole is there. You gotta go through the hula hoop. You gotta go through it. Not loop your ball, Floyd. Damn it. You're doing the wrong thing. Ricketts, you've missed it as well. No, you need to go through the hoop. Pace. You need pace to get through. Come on, pace. Benny Hills goes. Oh, no, he missed it as well. Can someone make it through? Martok, you missed it with your robot. Your robot's too heavy. That's the reason. What? You can't have your Snicket out in public in Chicago. Yes, you can. You can go down Snicket. What's going on? We're going. And people are still not winning. I can't believe that no one's actually winning this race in any way possible. We're keeping you. Mad Hatter, Thorns Thorsten. I think MJ Hatch, you need to prepare a prediction because I think the prediction's going to be fun. 1 minute left on the hype train. 1 minute left with 4 subs. 1 minute left. Mad Hatter, you are the winner. An SCSCbriefings.com mug. Please contact me. I'm going to rush through to the next race. Only one finisher. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Here we go. Join people. !play. Let's go for number 2. As long as the hype train goes, we keep going. If it stops here, we stop with this race. So we'll see how it goes. Predictions is available there as well. Go. !play. Let's go. Let's make yourself through. We got 30 seconds left on the hype train with 4 subs to go to get us there. Let's see if we can make that happen. Or this will be the last race, and we keep going with that one. Let's go. Wow, Q-Dog be lurking. Thank you so much with the 5 gifted. Keeps the hype train going, which means we can run another Marble Bros race. I was going to try and rush through this one to get it there. Moosey, you made it in. Moose. Hype train, new level. Engage. You know everything's better with lube. Well, is everything better with lube, Floyd? What if you would like some friction? Huh? Come on, you didn't think of that, did you? KJ, do you enjoy friction or non-friction? Do you want to answer that question?
I am a friction kind of guy.
Interesting. KJ enjoys friction, so lube is not always the best. But yeah, Dundesh, it's not a quack. It's !play. Let's go. Any last people in? About to press start. Same amount have gone in. We've got a few seconds left. Depends what you're doing, Sir Dan says. Well, yes, and depends on the mood. A little bit mood. Captain Palmer, you made it in. Broken Wolf, you made it in. Captain Chris Pike, you made it in last minute. Here we go. We are on level 5 hype train. Things are going on. We have a prediction that could be quite exciting. Is KJ going to win? It's a big question. Abs is taking a huge lead. He's baby sharking. Baby sharking. Baby sharking. Baby sharking ahead, and he just died. Baby died. Baby died. Martok's taking a huge lead through Peg Alley, and Ghost Pepper is working right behind him. And for once, Ghost Pepper is... No, she's going as slow as upgrading to, Ops 50. Yeah, she's going to take forever. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Keep it going. General Hulk, McFlat.
I'm already 50.
Yeah, I'm already 50. How about 51, Ghost Pepper? We're going to be playing... Well, the good news is Ghost Pepper will be playing Mecha Chameleon with Juicy Tao. Yes, it's happening with Mord, with Warzone, with I. We're going to be doing it on Juicy Tao's channel once Juicy Tao actually decides it. He sent me a very long message recently, so I'll have another read. 5 subs to get us to finish level 5 with 2.3k bits. Martok and Chris Palmer in there. Elmac Taco and in there possible. Anyone wishes to throw any tips as well. Exclamation point tip is also available. Mac Taco, Palmer, Martok, they're all battling between each other. There's 3 of them. Martok, there's a hole there, and you just went through it. Okay, never mind. You missed a hole. You went down Snicket, like Jules Verne says. Jules Verne loves a Snicket. Jules Verne says...
I just put a little secret in Twitch chat.
Oh, what did you put on Twitch chat?
I don't know.
A secret? Wait, what's KJ trying to do? Is KJ trying to trick us all? Sherlock Holmes, you're in the lead. Everyone's trying to find KJ's real little secret. Well, KJ hasn't written anything in ages. What's KJ
Yes,
done?
I have.
No, you haven't. No one knows where.
There's a code. There's a little code.
Twitch chat.
It's right there.
10% off the Batman poster discount code. Oh my God, that's the most complicated thing in history. How the hell did you read that? KJ... And Sherlock Holmes wins. Sherlock Holmes, you are the winner of an STFC Briefings mug. KJ's distracted us all. Well, the link is up there. The code is here. I can't double pin things. Otherwise, we won't have both. But there you go.
It's a secret.
Well, it's the worst secret ever. There's a chance to get 10% off and get your Batman thingy-majig as quickly as possible. There you go, the chance. Sherlock Holmes, please DM me on Discord. Actually, my Discord, find me on the right-hand side. Nigel, exec producer. Click on my name saying, I want a mug, and we'll give you a mug, which is fantastic. Congratulations, Sherlock Holmes. You are the winner. And
How many finishers, Nigel?
3. Ooh.
Thank you.
Who gambled, MJ? Who gambled? Ooh, 3.
Give me a sec.
3's a tough one.
The answer to your question is... Drum roll, please.
Go.
Mad Hatter, 46.1k.
For Mad Hatter, welcome in. Yeah, congratulations, Mad Hatter. X-Fish point play. Let's go. There's a minute left on this hype train, so this might be the last race unless we get 5 subs, so it keeps ourselves going. Let's get in there. X-Fish point play. Let's make it through. Let's see if we can do this. I saw it, Lady Patu says. She's seen the little secret. Retro Fury double 200 bits to pre-stock, and it's 2.1k bits and still 5 subs. 40 seconds left with 5 subs to go. 40 seconds, 5 subs. Here we go. I'm about to press start so we can crack on with it. I think that's the people that have been in there. While we can all go down Jules Verne Snicket. Jules Verne loves a Snicket, apparently. He loves to go down a Snicket, and he spends loads of Snickets in Chicago. 30 seconds left on the hype train with 5 subs to go and 5 seconds left to join in. X-Fish point play. Let's go. Don't miss out. And here we go. I'm about to press start. I've got to rush through it. And crazy, you man, you're the last one to make it in, Mr. Tony Sir. And you know, don't miss it. We got 10 seconds left on the hype train. 5 subs to get us there, or we end it here. And the race continues, and a massive explosion. A Retro Fury with their 200 bits caused havoc everywhere. Amiga J, Mufasa. Just died. And then Misha just died right behind him. Misha, you don't have to follow him. You have to win in spite of him. And we complete the hype train at the level 5. Thank you so much, everybody, for your contributions to this month. We will try and refigure it out for next month and how we do it to charity, because... we were a mile off, but that doesn't matter. I will pay the difference and we'll sort that out. Suzy Q22, Halo, Cottontail are right battling each other. Tim Spartan is getting way ahead. Mecha Dave is working his way through. But look at Mecha Dave. He's doing a little bit of tactic there in the background while Megan Rayleigh and all of them are battling here. But Mecha Dave's like, okay, I'll just do this on my own. Missed the bomb, which you did. Then the roundabout, which you are about to, but you're getting stuck. You're in the V, which is not victory because X Danger's taking the lead. Go beyond, and the Mecha Dave, you just got exploded. Oh, Mecha Dave, you missed. Lemony Snickets, yes, Floyd Davino, Lemony Snickets will get you there. Lumzinga, not Lum's brother, but Lumzinga's got a chance here. And Lumzinga and Tatime, and they're all battling. Michelle is there. Don't test in production, but you should test in production. Otherwise, if you don't test it, this marble race, it was a glorious death, Mecha Dave said. It was a glorious death. Kapla! He went as he died. You are getting an imaginary boost. Amiga Prime with your boost in there. KJ's just behind. Oh my God, KJ's got a chance here. KJ's actually got a chance of winning. leading. KJ's going to win this one. And then to time. Oh, no, but to time missed the hole, which means KJ is still behind him. KJ can actually do something in this race. Will KJ do this? KJ's got a chance. He's got an
Go, KJ, go. Go, KJ, go.
boost. No, Lumzinga with 100 bits, and he causes some havoc, and a few people get exploded and gone into it. Jules Verne goes up in the air and just goes, maths. 1 + 1 = 2. And he dies. But he gave us at least the mathematic. He gave us the key to the RA'Ul Reaver. Michelle, Tin Man Tech. Don't test in production. You are the winner. KJ's right behind to try and do something insanity. Don't test in production. You are the winner. MJ had a second. Dundesh third. Tillers fourth. Susie Q22 fifth. What an absolute race.
All you got to do if you want to get your charity goal is just say, if KJ's winning, tip in the tip jar and KJ goes to last place, and everybody will tip.
Oh, no. They wouldn't do that, and I don't like
He's right. He's right. You should do that. KJ needs to lose. Yeah, that's it.
I would never, ever do that to people in that way. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But what I want you guys to do is to send a bit of love and a lot of happiness to one of our fellow members here who is absolutely great and is always lovely. Let's send him some love. Chad Bro Chilling is raiding right now. Stay here. Give him a huge raid. Send him loads of son of a. What a fantastic show that was. It was absolutely brilliant. Loads of details, loads of information. We talked about the Accession. We talked about everything else. And we also said that Jules Verne will always be a legend in this community forever. Live long, stay tuned. See you on Sunday after Incursions. Goodbye.